wins a 4th cap tonight, and he's got to try and look after the likes of Edin Dzeko and Umedin Demirovic for Bosnia and Herzegovina. He'll have Joe Rodon alongside him, Ethan Ampadu and Jordan James in central midfield, and then Daniel James, David Brooks, Brennan Johnson and Harry Wilson, the front 4. And what Craig Bellamy, David Edwards, will be desperate for is for those 4 to get it going just like they did against North Macedonia back in November. They were unplayable that night.
Unplayable is the word. They play with such dynamism, adventure and actual technical quality when it comes down to those big moments, and they're very fluid as a front 4. We're not quite sure how they will line up. It could be Brennan Johnson playing as a number 9, it could be Harry Wilson playing as a false 9, David Brooks could be rolling in. The one thing I would say is Dan James, you imagine, be out on that left-hand side, but Wales need to keep the ball in play so they can get it to these players and try and tire out this Bosnian team.
Well, the Welsh 11 cannot fail to be inspired by the atmosphere in here. Final team huddle, all decked out in the red shirts with white trim, red shorts and red socks. Fantastic travelling support as well in that pocket away to our right. And they've done a little bit of tifo of their own as well. Big blue rectangular banner with white writing on. I am from Bosnia, it says. Take me to America. Both these two nations 2 games away from qualifying for the World Cup this summer. And Wales will kick us off, playing from left to right in the first half. Their opponents, Bosnia and Herzegovina, 15 minutes away from automatic qualification. They were 1-0 up away to Austria in their final group game, but Austria equalised, and that is why they are in these playoffs. Wales have kicked us off. Carl Darlow goes long downfield. The ball is headed into the Welsh half, and Joe Rodon is able to take a touch and pass it back to Darlow, the goalkeeper, all in bright yellow. Early touch for Lawler, the 20-year-old who plays his club football for Cardiff City. Stadium wreathed in the smoke from the flares and the fireworks before the game as Lawler passes out to his left to little Jay De Silva. First touch of the game for him, back to Lawler, under pressure inside his own penalty area, chips it forward towards Harry Wilson, and the nod down here falls at the feet of David Brooks. Brooks comes streaking forward across the halfway line and gives it to Dan James, who runs to the edge of the box. Cross comes in, the ball breaks loose, and Tahirovic is able to play it away for Bosnia and Herzegovina. Dzeko miscontrols and slips, and Padu immediately takes possession for Wales. Brennan Johnson now has a go down the left-hand side, early cross in, and that is headed away by Muharemovic. And Wales now have a little bit of defending to do as Tahirovic curls a pass into that Welsh half. Williams has it covered and goes back to his goalkeeper, Carl Darlow. Early thoughts from Dave Edwards, just over a minute in. Wales 0, Bosnia and Herzegovina 0.
It's a fast start from Wales, wanting to keep the ball right from the off, using Carl Darlow and the 2 centre-backs to build out. The interesting thing is, it is actually Harry Wilson who's playing up as a number 9. He did that in the last outing against North Macedonia. He'll drop into pockets and have runners off him. Dan James is out on this right-hand side. They'll be trying to keep him wider to use his pace. They did it early on, but they'll be very fluid within that front 4.
Nikola Katic passes out from inside his own half. Wales swarming around their opponents have won it. Brooks tries to slide one through for Dan James. Really important interception there to stop that pass reaching him. James is then barged to the floor very aggressively by Sead Kolasinac, the former Arsenal man, starting at left-back for the visitors this evening. And that was unwise because that has gifted Wales an early free kick wide on the right. It's 0-0.
Yeah, this is exactly where Wales wanted to be. David Brooks just receiving the ball halfway into Bosnia's half on the half-turn, and then he has runners. Dan James trying to exploit the space in behind. It's a clever ball from Brooks, doesn't quite get there. James does get onto it in the end, uses his body extremely well, gets it between him and his defender, wins a foul, and now this is a chance for Harry Wilson's left foot with an in-swinger from this right-hand side.
That's the former Welsh international Dave Edwards alongside us in the Cardiff City Stadium. You'll also hear the thoughts of Tom Lockyer during the game as well. Tom with us on 5 Live and BBC Sounds tonight. You can watch the game on BBC Two as well, with the sound down, of course. Here's Wilson's free kick, flicked header straight up in the air from Ampadu. Spinning ball, drops and is nodded out there by Šunić for Bosnia and Herzegovina. Next break in play, I'll run you through their starting 11. But Wales on the front foot, and every time James gets it, he's running at defenders. Here he is, crossing from the left-hand side. Didn't get enough on that. It's picked up by the goalkeeper, Nikola Vasilja. So Vasilja is Bosnia's goalkeeper away to our right. Amar Dedic is the right back, plays his club football for Benfica under Jose Mourinho. Kolasinac at left back, Nikola Katic, former Rangers man, alongside Tarik Maharamovic of Sassuolo. That is the back four as Bosnia clear up towards the halfway line. Ampadu heads it away to his left-hand side. Bosnia and Herzegovina start to build. De Silva makes a tackle, and that actually goes out for a Welsh throw. Bejrak Tarovic, 21-year-old who plays for PSV, on the right of the midfield. Šunić used to play club football for Birmingham City, now at Paphos, who've been playing in the Champions League this season, alongside Benjamin Tahirovic and Amar Memic, and then Žeko and Demirovic up front. And Bosnia and Herzegovina now attacking down the right-hand side. The ball is into the edge of the Welsh penalty area. Ampadu intercepts, side puts it away. Johnson is caught. It seemed he went down. Looked like a high foot, but the referee, who is Istvan Kovacs of Romania, not interested in that. And so Bosnia and Herzegovina have worked the ball out to the left-hand side. Good tackle there by Nico Williams. Harry Wilson gets on the ball, darts in field. That challenge from Memic brings him down. That's an early yellow card. He sarcastically puts his thumb up at the referee, and Wales try to go quickly with the free kick, and they're told to bring the ball back, but Nico Williams was in behind on the right-hand side because Bosnia and Herzegovina had completely switched off. This is fast-paced intensity from Craig Bellamy's team right at the start, Dave.
Yeah, he promised this, and Nico Williams with tenacity to win the ball back on the halfway line. Falls to Harry Wilson, and he drives forward down the right-hand side. Clever feet from the Welsh talisman, wins his side another free kick.
Wales 0, Bosnia and Herzegovina 0. Wilson slides one forward. Williams gets one in the small of the back. He's gone down in pain. Demirovic, one of the two strikers for Bosnia, has the ball at his feet, runs up to the halfway line, clips it away to his right to Dedic. And back it comes here to Murahemovic, who wears number 4. Big team, the Bosnia and Herzegovina team, in terms of physical size. Long ball clipped forward there from the back, straight through to Darlow. And Darlow sees an opportunity to sling this out overarm. The ball goes skidding across the pitch and reaches De Silva. Brennan Johnson takes it off him. Johnson back inside his own half, side foots a pass back into midfield. Dylan Lawler's encouraged to run onto it. Cross it comes to Rodon, then Williams. Williams shimmies to his right, doesn't see an option on. Back it comes to Carl Darlow again. Coming up to 6 minutes played. Really positive start made by Wales in this World Cup playoff semi-final. And I can see that Graham Potter's Sweden have scored early on away to Ukraine in the playoffs tonight. And Slovakia lead Kosovo by 1-0 as well. But here's Ampadu on the ball for Wales. De Silva through the lines. Little layoff here from Jordan James. Johnson sees the run of Wilson. The pass is slightly overhit, and it goes behind for the goal kick to Bosnia and Herzegovina. Dave Edwards.
Wales getting on with things as quickly as possible. Went back to Carl Darlow, bowls it out straight away. Then Wales start another attack and trying to get Bosnia on the back foot.
So goal kick, Maharamovic gets ready to take it. He complains that Brooks is inside the penalty area, so he pauses. Brooks back pedals. Now Katic, the right-sided centre-back, floats a high ball down the inside right channel, headed away by Lawler for Wales. Loose ball inside the Welsh half. Ampadu is there first, prods it back to Rodon, and Rodon goes back to his goalkeeper, Darlow, who's on the edge of his penalty area just outside it. Wales build up inside their own half. Pace and purpose, though, about every single pass that is hit at the moment. There's Ampadu. Plays low here to Lawler. Lawler crosses the halfway line. Wide it goes to Johnson on the left. Johnson plays back into his own half. Lawler is there. Forward it goes straight this time to Ampadu, who immediately gives the ball back to Dylan Lawler, who's seen plenty of it in these early stages of this semi-final. Dan James tries a clever one there. First touch, tries to knock it past Kolasinac, pick it up the other side. Kolasinac blocks, and it goes out for the throw-in to Wales. Close-up shot on the bench there of the Bosnia and Herzegovina manager, Sergei Barbarez, the 54-year-old in his first coaching job, who had a bit of a pop at Steve Cooper, the Brøndby manager, about Benjamin Tahirovic and why he's not been starting recently ahead of this big game. Wales keeping the ball here. Jordan James is now fouled on the halfway line, and Wales get themselves the free kick. It's still Wales 0, Bosnia and Herzegovina 0. Dave.
Craig Bellamy was delighted with the start his side have made. They're very assured in possession. We spoke at length beforehand about keeping the ball in play as much as possible. They're doing that, but they're doing it in a patient way. Dylan Lawler happy to stand on the ball, Joe Roden happy to stand on the ball and just wait for the moments where Bosnia will come out of their shape, and then they'll pick them off and find the spare man. It's impressive from this Welsh team.
Craig Bellamy coaxing his team from the sidelines here. Arms crossed on the edge of the pitch as Jay De Silva tries to push a pass up the left-hand touchline, not being able to get that through. Jordan James steps in, goes out of play for a throw-in to the visitors, 0-0. Let's get a first update from Bergamo then. Massive night for Northern Ireland 2, Italy against Northern Ireland, Paul Gilmore.
8 minutes played, Italy 0, Northern Ireland 0. A solid start from the visitors, but Italy just beginning to step it up after a rousing rendition of Fratelli d'Italia. The best chance to Marco, saved by Pierce Charles, a low-driven effort. Still 0-0.
OK, thank you, Paul. Throw in for Bosnia and Herzegovina will come in from the right, and they will be dangerous from the set pieces. A lot of height and physicality in this team. In it comes towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Flicked on, little overhead attempt there from Demirovic straight into the arms of Darlow.
That's the danger for Bosnia. Long throws, corners, free kicks. Wales really have to limit those Bosnian chances because they win the first contact. It flicks on. It's Demirovic finds some space in the box. He's up against Nico Williams, which is a massive mismatch from a physicality point of view. Hooks it goalwards, but straight into the arms of Darlow. But Wales will not want to see too many more of those opportunities.
Wales 0, Bosnia and Herzegovina 0. Lawler on the ball again for Wales, who have had the lion's share of possession in the first 10 minutes of the game. Brooks couldn't find Wilson. Katic steps in. Demirovic tries to flick the ball on. Tahirovic leaps high, heads it to his left and finds Memic, knocks it through the legs of Nico Williams. Brooks is back there to help for Wales. Bosnia and Herzegovina keep it, and Kolasinac rather hurriedly knocks it back into his own half, and across it comes here to Nikola Katic. Bosnia and Herzegovina, who as an independent nation have tried to qualify for 14 major tournaments previously. Ball over the top towards Memic. Rodon chests it down, takes it past his own goalkeeper and clears it away with his right foot, and it goes out for a throw into Bosnia and Herzegovina. A minor scare at the back for Wales.
Yeah, and this is an area where Bosnia can hurt Wales with the pace of Memic out on this left wing. It's a ball from back to front, just into an area. Memic's pace causes Rodon a few problems. Darlow's committed to come out towards the edge of his box. Rodon wasn't sure where he was, chested it past him, and in the end does well not to concede a corner. It's out for a throw-in, which I'm sure they'll be hurling into the box. Yeah, it is going to be a long one from Memic. He's got a good bit of ground to work with here, so runs up to that touchline, slightly balloons that high in the edge, gives Ampadu a chance to win the header. Šunić nods it high, headed away again, and then volley clear by Brennan Johnson. Dan James will give chase with his pace, but Mihajlovic is there and nods it calmly back to his goalkeeper. So 11 minutes gone, Wales 0, Bosnia and Herzegovina 0, Italy 0, Northern Ireland 0, Republic of Ireland in action tonight too, in Prague away to Czechia. That game is 0-0. Kolasinac bursting forward down the left. Rodon's got it covered, lets the ball run out of play, and that'll be a throw-in to Wales. So yes, they have qualified, Bosnia and Herzegovina, for one major tournament as an independent nation. That was the World Cup in Brazil in 2014. And talk about playoff heartache. Obviously, Wales suffered that with the penalty shootout defeat against Poland a couple of years ago. Bosnia and Herzegovina have lost 5 playoffs in their time to try and get to major tournaments. Kolasinac slides in. Brooks jumps over the challenge. Even though he wasn't caught, feels like he was impeded. He was prevented from making his run. So he's claiming he should have a free kick. And Kolasinac's got to be careful, Dave. He's on a yellow card. Yeah, reckless dive in from Kolasinac. David Brooks, clever little touch down the side. Saw the tackle come in, hurdled it and went down. Maybe could have stayed on his feet, but yeah, let's get the ball out to this right-hand side. Use Dan James's pace in particular up against him. Get him running back towards his own goal. He's getting a yellow card so early. It's not ideal for this Bosnian team.
Right, Bosnia and Herzegovina get the game back underway with a goal kick, but again, Brooks and Wilson just too eager into the penalty area before the ball was played. The assistant referee spotted that, raised his flag, and so the game will restart again. Has to be decided tonight, of course. Just one leg, playoff game, extra time and penalties if required. And Wales, if they win it, at home against the winners of Italy, Northern Ireland, which remains 0-0 in Bergamo. Commentary of that game over on BBC Radio Ulster, which you can find on the BBC Sounds app. You could also watch that game on BBC 3 this evening. Wilson fouled just inside the Bosnia half by Katic. who hauls Wilson to his feet and apologises at the same time. But again, with the restarts, with the throw-in, with the free kicks, Wales are, you said they were going to do this, they're trying to keep the ball moving all the time. Keep Bosnia and Herzegovina thinking. Keep them moving around the pitch. Kolasinac backpedaling, heads the ball away. Wales have possession again. Williams wide on the right, but it does seem a very definite plan.
Yeah, absolutely. They want to try and keep this Bosnian team moving around. Very strict 4-4-2 shape from the away team. And Wales are very patient, like we said they'd have to be, keeping the ball along their back four, waiting for the moment. But the quicker they do move it side to side and the ball in play, there will be tiredness, and then there will be the little pockets of space they can try to exploit. Ampadu's
pass nearly finds James. Layoff from Dzeko here, back into midfield to Tahirovic. Good pace on that pass, low to the left, and here's Memic. Memic cuts infield and now floats across into that Welsh penalty area. De Silva leaps well there, jumping with Bayraktarovic, wins the header, and then Johnson is back there, thumps the ball away with his left foot, and it goes out for a throw-in to the visitors. So no real chances in the game as yet, but I think Craig Bellamy will be pretty pleased with the football his team is playing, given it's been quite a while since they've been playing together. Back in November, the big win against North Macedonia. So Wales 0, Bosnia and Herzegovina 0. What about the latest in Prague? Sarah Mulkerins.
15 minutes gone, Czech Republic 0, Republic of Ireland 0. Nathan Collins almost put the visitors ahead early on. He had an effort rattling the bar after Jake O'Brien throw in, and just minutes ago Pavel Schultz for the home side, he had a volley comfortably saved by Caoimhín Kelleher, but there is a potential penalty check going on, and the referee is just going to the monitor to see within that attack from the Czech Republic whether there is a penalty to be awarded. So we will see whether the Czech Republic will get an opportunity to take the lead. 0-0.
OK, Sarah, sounds like we might be back with you shortly. Turkey beat Romania 1-0 earlier on. Still Italy 0, Northern Ireland 0. Here in Cardiff, Wales 0, Bosnia and Herzegovina 0. The winners of Czechia, Republic of Ireland, will face Denmark or North Macedonia. James's layoff, looking for Wilson, couldn't quite take it in his stride. The clearance only as far as Brooks. Brooks encouraged by the Welsh fans to get dribbling. He does that, hits the shot from the angle, and Wales win their first corner of the first half. Just over 15 minutes played. It's 0-0.
Yeah, brilliant from Wales though. They're lulling Bosnia into a false sense of security. They're keeping it patiently across the back like I spoke about. Then all of a sudden a gap opens up. Ethan Ampadu just injects some intensity into their play right through the heart of the Bosnian defence. Little interlink in play, Jordan James involved, David Brooks involved. Doesn't quite come off, but they win a corner.
Wales wanting some magic from Harry Wilson's left foot at some point over the next few days. Delivers that corner with it to the far post, headed back across goal. Dzeko flicks a header away. James is beaten to that ball by Memic. Wilson says he's got this covered for Wales, lets it bounce and side foots it on the volley back to Williams, and Williams sees Carl Darlow in bright yellow to his left, right in the middle of the Welsh half, well out of his penalty area, but very comfortable there. Passes to Williams. Bosnia and Herzegovina just back off for a second, and Wales assess their options. Wilson rolls it back to Rodon. Rodon looks to his left, no one coming towards him, eventually plays the pass to Lawler. Lawler up to the halfway line, feeds it on here to De Silva, who chips one down the left for Johnson to sprint after. Katic wants this to roll behind for the goal kick. It's got enough on it to do that, and so it will be a goal kick to the visitors. Wales 0, Bosnia and Herzegovina 0. Great support from those who've travelled. I saw them in the car park. I got here very early because that car park fills up so quickly, Dave, and they were all having their packed lunches at about 3:30 this afternoon, decked out in the blue, white and yellow splashes, and they are making a right old racket away to our right, in between that Grange end and the grandstand opposite us. Goal kick is taken. Memic keeps it in play with a header. Rodon's underneath that, clearing header to the halfway line, nodded down here. Jordan James struggling to get the ball under control, does well, gets it back to Rodon, hoisted forward again. Katic nods it forward, and Jordan James wins another 50-50 for Wales. The 21-year-old bringing the ball away down the right. Kolasinac is strong in the tackle. Williams gets a foot in for Wales, and that goes out for a throw-in to the visitors. So Sead Kolasinac, now 32 years old, hasn't been involved in the qualification campaign for a while, but brought back in for the big game tonight. We're taking you back to Prague. There's been a goal. Sarah Mulkerins.
There has, and the penalty I was talking about was actually a previous piece of play, an Irish attack, so the penalty was awarded towards the Republic of Ireland. Vladimir Dorida challenging Nathan Collins in the box. Troy Parrott has stepped up and fired it past Matev Kovar in the Czech Republic goal. So it is Czech Republic 0, Republic of Ireland 1.
Dan James very nearly onto a ball on the edge of the Bosnian penalty area there, cleared away in desperation. De Silva wins the header. Great start then made by the Republic of Ireland, who've not been at the World Cup since 2002, scene of the famous Roy Keane walkout, but then a great performance by the nation in that World Cup. Not qualified for the last 5, but 1-0 up in Prague this evening. Here's Memic, attacking position on the left, gets the cross in early towards the far post. De Silva's first header, then Brennan Johnson with another. Tahirovic nods it to his left. Memic heads it forward into the box. Rodon volleys this away. The ball drops loose here for Brooks. Šunić tries to tackle him. He beat that challenge, then Katic caught him, and that is going to be a free kick for Wales. Brooks just too quick, too clever.
Yeah, brilliant from David Brooks. Wales having to defend their box, get the clearance away, and then it falls in the middle of the pitch to Brooks. Evades one tackle from Šunić in midfield, then carries on, and Katic, the centre-back, has to slice him down because he's heading in on the remaining 2 Bosnian defenders with runners all around him. It's an important tackle for Bosnia to make, but in the build-up to that Bosnia play, once again, Jay De Silva, diminutive in size, but he's won 4 or 5 really important headers already at that back post.
Diminutive, David, is absolutely the perfect way to describe him, and I can never think of another really good synonym for diminutive. There's nothing better than diminutive, because as soon as you say that, you can picture Jay De Silva with his socks rolled down. He's about to receive the ball here. Little figure on the left for Wales, but making a big impression in the game at the moment. Kosovo have equalised away to Slovakia. That is another World Cup playoff semi-final this evening. That game is 1-1. Harry Wilson's drifted into space, in behind the Slovakian defence, gets away from Kolasinac, stumbling forward into the box, goes down. The referee's right there and doesn't see that as a penalty. I think Wilson was hoping for a bit more contact from Kolasinac there. Bosnia and Herzegovina have got the ball away. Ampadu is onto it quickly for Wales, and De Silva comes charging forward down the left, quickly feeds it here to Johnson. Johnson cuts infield, running across from left to right. Williams pops up in central midfield, the Nottingham Forest man. De Silva again, across to Ampadu. Wales trying to keep the Bosnian defence moving. Dan James, great touch on the right. Low cross is blocked by Kolasinac with his shins. Ball goes behind James. He doesn't want that to go out for a throw. He keeps it in play, fancies another run at the fullback. Plays to Wilson, back to Williams. Williams to the edge of the box. Brooks is on the turn. Couple of touches with his left boot. Little dink pass looking for Jordan James. That's blocked. Brooks gets another go. Finds Wilson. Left-footed curler. Oh, it's hit the post. Comes back to Jordan James. Wouldn't sit down for him. Ampadu's still going. He's challenging the penalty area, and the referee's given the free kick the other way. And I wonder whether he sees that. Well, no, maybe he sees that as a foul by Ampadu. Ampadu and the defender going for the same ball. I thought for a minute there, Dave, he was thinking simulation by Ampadu, but it can't be that. I think probably just free kick to Bosnia and Herzegovina. What an effort from Harry Wilson.
Sensational play from Wales as a whole there. Kept Bosnia camped in. They were patient in and around their box. They've tried to play a little through ball 2 or 3 occasions, and then Brooks does find that pass into Wilson just inside the box on the right-hand side, cuts back in on his left foot, and it is a mesmeric effort. It really is. Starts it so far out the far post, left-footed whipped, it crashes against the post. So unlucky from Wales' number 8. Comes back out. Ethan Ampadu's on the scene quickly, but he just crashes in to Ivan Šunić in the box and gives away the foul. But that was so close from Harry Wilson.
Ampadu and Šunić down injured at the moment, receiving treatment. Let's get to Prague. There's been another goal. Sarah Mulkerins.
There has. There's been a second for the visitors. It is Czech Republic 0, Republic of Ireland 2. A corner delivered in from the right-hand side, headed downwards back towards the goal. A ricochet bouncing ball around the area. We're not quite sure who got the touch to it, but it is the Czech Republic 0, Republic of Ireland 2.
OK, how's it going in Bergamo? Paul Gilmore's watching Italy against Northern Ireland this evening.
22 minutes gone, still Italy 0, Northern Ireland 0. Northern Ireland beginning to grow into this one, and they had their best moment there. Ethan Galbraith surged through the middle of the pitch. He got to the edge of the penalty area. He needed to tee up Isaac Price, but he shot himself, and it was a tame effort at Donnarumma. Still 0-0.
Winners of that one face the winners of this one. Shunic and Ampadu are off the field at the moment, having received treatment. They'll be back on shortly. Tom Lockyer, former Welsh international, with us on 5 Live and BBC Sounds tonight as well. Midway through the first half, Tom, you've been patiently sitting there. You've been going through the agonies as well, of course, with your beloved Welsh team. What have you made of it so far?
Yeah, it's been a positive start from Wales. That Harry Wilson effort then right in the corner of the box. And if anyone can do it, it's him. And the goalie was left stranded. And unfortunately, and from a Welsh point of view, it crashes off the crossbar. But interestingly, I think Bosnia started in a back three. They looked up and saw Harry Wilson, only one up there, who was very deep, and they quickly changed to a back four. But we've got very fluid front four from Wales now.
Brooks ball forward, looking for James, headed away. Here's Kolasinac. Brooks runs in to intercept on the volley, puts Mahramovic under pressure. His clearance is deflected. Shunic is there, passes the ball across his own half into the right back position to Dedic. Johnson makes the tackle there. Bosnia can't get out, and the ball goes out for a throw into the visitors. It remains 0-0. Very recently, with the announcement this is going to be Mo Salah's last season at Liverpool, they've been replaying so many of his goals, so many of them scored like that Harry Wilson effort. Then you know what he's going to do. Right hand side of the pitch, works it onto the left foot, but the keepers, when they're as good as that, cannot do anything about it. Keeper was beaten all ends up there, and it just came crashing back off the post.
We had the perfect view, didn't we, Ali? We were right behind it. Initially I thought it's far too high, far too wide, but the whip and the dip on it right at the end, and then it looked like it was just angling towards a very top corner, crashes against the inside the post. It was so unlucky. Terrific technical ability though from Harry Wilson.
20 minutes left in the first half, so Tom Lockyer and Dave Edwards, both of whom went to major tournaments with Wales, with us for the commentary tonight. Game available to watch on BBC Two as well, on a knife edge, and that tension will slowly ratchet up during the evening the longer this remains level. Craig Bellamy on his feet again, applauding his team. They're taking a throw in quickly. Rodon plays it back to the goalkeeper Darlow, and that is cleared up towards the halfway line. Another penalty's been given in Prague. Sarah Mulkerins.
This time it is towards the host. Ryan Manning has pulled the jersey of Ladislav Krejci, and now the Czech Republic have an opportunity to get back into this game, and it is Patrick Schick who steps up, takes a slight pause, and then fires it beyond Caoimhín Kelleher. So it is now the Czech Republic 1, the Republic of Ireland 2.
OK, and still Italy 0, Northern Ireland 0, and Wales 0, Bosnia and Herzegovina 0. Outside of the left foot ball from Brooks, slightly inaccurate that, gave Kolasinac a chance to get there first, bump into James at the same time. Wales again restart the game quickly. Williams throws it to Ampadu. Ampadu's looking for options just over the halfway line, didn't feel he had them on there, shouts at Nico Williams in frustration. Back it comes to the goalkeeper Darlow, and across here to the 20-year-old centre-back Dylan Lawler. Darlow outside his penalty area. Dzeko's interested here, comes trotting towards him. Darlow fizzes one low. Memic throws himself at it, intercepts it on the volley, and it goes out for a throw-in to Wales. Just as we were bouncing around the other grounds there, Dave, I was just sort of trying to have a look at the replay of the Ampadu stretching to try and get that ball in the penalty area and the clash with Shunic. I'll come back to it in a second, because another one drops loose here, nearly for Wilson on the edge of the box. It's cleared away and goes out for a Wales throw. I wondered whether Shunic had kicked through Ampadu there, whether Ampadu got to the ball first and Shunic actually kicked the bottom of his foot, which is why it hurt Shunic. But did he make contact with the ball?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. It's one of those ones where both players have got a little bit of everything, and I think it's always easy to go the defender in that situation. But again, it's the intensity of Wales getting on that second ball. They're not standing and waiting. They so quickly turn in. When they lose the ball, they win the ball back so quickly with so much pressure. If they can't do it in the first 5 seconds, then they'll drop off. I think the way they've approached this game is perfect. And in possession at the moment, they're just keeping the ball across that back four once again. But they quicken the play up extremely well, whether that's through the middle or they will go back to front over the top as well when the time is right. 27
minutes gone in the first half. Wales 0, Bosnia and Herzegovina 0. Nico Williams back to Rodon. 5 Live Sport comes live from Wembley tomorrow night. England preparing for the World Cup this summer. They will play Uruguay. Kicks off at 7:45. Paul Robinson alongside John Murray and Ian Dennis for that one. Scotland in action 5 o'clock on Saturday. We'll have updates on their friendly. Scotland at home against Japan, and then Japan go to Wembley on Tuesday night to face England. And Wales hope they will be back here playing either Italy or Northern Ireland for a place in the World Cup. Italy 0, Northern Ireland 0, and Wales 0, Bosnia and Herzegovina 0. Lawler forward to Dan James, who's in the inside left channel, zipping about as always, slaloming from left to right, but moving back into his own half. Here's Rodon on the ball. Rodon across to Williams. Brooks turns and starts to make the run in behind Kolasinac. The ball drops behind Kolasinac. He nods it down. It takes him back towards his own dead ball line. He gets there just in time and clears it out for the throw-in to Wales. He's on the yellow card. They're putting him under a lot of pressure. Wilson takes the throw quickly, gets it straight back from Brooks, works it onto that left foot, and he's on the corner of the area. He fancies it again. This shot takes a big deflection, loops up in the air, headed away, but only as far as Ampadu. Williams, Nico Williams, looking for the 1-2 here with Dan James. Memic has got that covered. On the ball inside his own penalty area. Turns away from Williams, but Williams gets a foot in and makes the tackle. Then passes short to his left to Ampadu. Back to Williams. Lots of red shirts forward in the attack, crowding the Bosnia and Herzegovina penalty area. Memic clears it away with his left foot. Dzeko on the turn. Measured pass. Danger for Wales because Dedic comes driving forward from the right back position. Screaming forward into the Welsh half. Lays it off to his right to Bayrak Terovic. Cross comes in. Not a good one. Straight into the arms of Darlow. 0-0. Dave Edwards.
First time that Bosnia have really had a chance to counter-attack on Wales. I don't think they picked the right pass. Bayrak Terovic was away on the right-hand side. He wasn't seen till later, and Wales got bodies back. But the way Wales are keeping the ball, it must be killing this Bosnian team. You can see already they look demotivated, they look tired. They're doing so much work, traversing back and forth across the pitch, the width of the pitch, as Wales just continuously move it 1 pass, 2 pass, 3 pass. They'll go it forward, they'll come back out. And this will really take the sting out of this Bosnian fitness levels, and then the moments will start to appear where they get the space.
Oh, Ampadu nearly found the through ball again. Jordan James making some good runs forward from central midfield for Wales. That pass was cut out. De Silva makes the tackle. The ball is back inside the Bosnia and Herzegovina half. Katic to Dedic. Dedic plays back here to Ivan Šunić. And we have a player down. Is that Jordan James? Wide on the left, having made a tackle, who's holding the sole of his right boot. If you're not too familiar with the Welsh men's national team, well, Jordan James currently plays his club football for Leicester on loan from Rennes. Just 21 years old, has really made a name for himself in this midfield. And given that Leicester are struggling in the Championship this season, doing pretty well for them too. 10 goals he's scored for them as well. So this a slight concern at the moment for Wales, as James is down receiving treatment. Winner of this game tonight will face the winner of Italy, Northern Ireland. They're playing each other in Bergamo right now. It's being watched by Paul Gilmore.
30 minutes played, still Italy 0, Northern Ireland 0, and the momentum has swung back the way of the home team. They've forced a couple of corners in the last couple of minutes, just putting a little bit more pressure on that Northern Ireland defence. But Northern Ireland, a really solid half an hour showing so far, 0-0.
And already had 3 goals in the first half in Prague. Czechia against the Republic of Ireland. Sarah Mulkerins.
A helter-skelter game. It's Czech Republic 1, Republic of Ireland 2. 2 of those goals penalty. The other one was an own goal from the Czech Republic goalkeeper Mateusz Kovar. This is full of feisty intensity. There's plenty of flying tackles going in. As things stand, though, it is Czech Republic 1, Republic of Ireland 2.
Elsewhere, Ukraine 0, Sweden 1. Graham Potter, the manager of Sweden, of course. Slovakia 1, Kosovo 1, and Turkey beat Romania 1-0 in an earlier kick-off this evening. The other games remain goalless, all of them to be decided tonight. Here's Katic for Bosnia and Herzegovina. Unbeaten against Wales in the 4 games they've played against them in their history. And their manager, Sergei Barbarez, actually scored for Bosnia and Herzegovina at the Millennium Stadium in a 2-2 draw back in February 2003, and here he is managing the team tonight. Demirovic trying to get on the end of a cross inside the penalty area. Lawler got his body in the way. The ball deflects back to the goalkeeper, Carl Darlow. 13 minutes left in the first half. Wales need to keep the pace up and the pressure on. Here's Nico Williams. Williams looking for the 1-2 with Brooks. Williams strides onto it, definitely dragged back there. The referee is going to play an advantage, but there was no advantage because Williams' pass is nowhere near Dan James, and Wales now would like to go back for the free kick.
Yeah, clever play from Nico Williams. Little quick give and go. Right on this right-hand side, he gets away from the Bosnian midfield, and he definitely got his shirt pulled. Referee played on, and then Wales subsequently gave the ball away. And then a little bit of anger within the support base, within Craig Bellamy, that it wasn't brought back for that free kick as Bosnia start building again from the back. But the good news, Jordan James back on the pitch. A little bit worried when there was no impact for that injury. He just felt his ankle. But he's back on and seems to be moving okay.
Ironic cheers from the Welsh fans as Edin Dzeko hits a first-time ball. The idea was right, but didn't find Memic, and it went straight out for a throw. I reeled off that stat before the game. Edin Dzeko with 72 international goals for Bosnia and Herzegovina. Only 6 men above him playing for European nations who've scored more goals in international football. Dan James very nearly took that off Maharamovic, but Maharamovic was able to get it back to his goalkeeper in the end. There's Dzeko, leaps and flicks on a header. Lawler read that well, runs in behind him, controls it, and here's Nico Williams. So yeah, you've got Dzeko on 72, Cristiano Ronaldo miles out in front on 143 for Portugal, Lukaku 89, Lewandowski 88, Ferenc Puskas, the great Hungarian, 84, Harry Kane on 78, the other great Hungarian, Sandor Kocsis on 75, and then Dzeko on 72. He turned 40 this month. He's playing his club football at the moment for Schalke in the German second division, and he's nearly approaching 400 goals in club football. So he is a real and live danger still, and very much a talisman for Bosnia and Herzegovina. The ball drops here inside the Welsh half. Ampadu to his left to De Silva. De Silva passes back here to Lawler. Lawler back pedals to take the ball in his stride. Passes to his goalkeeper Darlow. Into the feet of Ampadu, just inside his own penalty area, facing his own goal. Back to Rodon, chipped down the line towards James. Good flick on to Brooks. Brooks flicks it past the defender, and Brooks is away now, down the right-hand side. Gets the cross in early. Oh, it nearly found Brennan Johnson. Really important interception from Dedic, who slides in and knocks it behind for the Welsh corner. 0-0.
Sublime again from Wales, building out from the back. A little bit of pressure from the Bosnian forward, but they help it into Dan James on the right-hand side. Once again, quick interlinking play. David Brooks with some pace down the right-hand side, just nearly finds Brennan Johnson at the back post, but it's cut out well by Bosnia. It's a corner.
Harry Wilson waits to take the corner. The last one of these went deep towards the back post where the header was won, nodded back across goal. Brennan Johnson is lurking there. Yeah, it's gone deep again towards the far post, and it's Maharamovic who gets a head on it, and all he can do there is nod it behind for another Welsh corner. And having been an in-swinger from the right-hand side, from the left boot of Harry Wilson, this will be an out-swinger, you'd imagine, from the left-hand side, again from the left boot of Harry Wilson. Great noise inside the Cardiff City Stadium. Last 10 minutes of the first half, Italy and Northern Ireland still goalless. Republic of Ireland 2-1 up away to Czechia, and Wales 0-0 here against Bosnia. Wilson's delivery, Rodon gets his head on it. Ball heads towards the far post. Memic heads it away. James is there. James passes back towards the halfway line. Caught late by Demirovic. And the referee, Isvan Kovacs, is going to issue a yellow card for the challenge. Demirovic shakes his head in disgust. He went in heavy. I tell you what, he's a big boy, Demirovic, isn't he? And he took Dan James to the cleaners.
Yeah, some front line, him and Dzeko. The physicality of them both. He's having a terrific season at Stuttgart, scoring lots of goals, but he's not getting any opportunities at the moment because of the way Wales are keeping the ball. Tries to have a little bit of an effect on the game there by leaving one on Dan James, but he gives a foul away in another dangerous area out on this right-hand side, halfway into the Bosnia half. Harry Wilson on the ball again, and they have been dangerous of these.
Wilson goes quickly, tries to go quickly, not allowed to. David Brooks has made the run, and then the element of surprise is gone. I think the referee's come over here to say to Harry Wilson, wait until I blow the whistle. But again, quick thinking from Wilson. Brooks was on the same wavelength. They're going to have to try and do something different. The delivery tends to be pinpoint from Wales's number 8, who's really unhappy there with the referee. Turns and complains to the fourth official, the Dutchman, Dennis Higler. Complains to anyone who'll listen, in fact. Let's see what Wilson can do with this one. Bosnia and Herzegovina holding the line outside the penalty area. Curling ball comes in. I think Dzeko might have got a touch. Back it goes to his goalkeeper, though, Vasilia, who's all in black away to our right. He grabs the ball gratefully with both hands and holds on to it for now. Wales 0, Bosnia and Herzegovina 0. More thoughts from Tom Lockyer at half-time. Dave Edwards alongside me too. Dave, part of that team that lit up Euro 2016. Wales going all the way to the semi-finals in that tournament. As the ball comes back to the goalkeeper Vasilia, Wilson chases. Vasilia clears in time. De Silva reads it well, heads it forward. Brooks is there, wide on the left for Wales, turns away from Katic, finds James. James wide to Johnson. Johnson under pressure, back to De Silva. Into the feet of Brooks, who's not been starting regularly for Bournemouth recently, but looks in good touch tonight. First touch has been really sure. Lots of nice close skill too. Dan James not starting regularly for Leeds. Runs at Kolasinac, who makes the block. That'll be a free kick. He's gone for the yellow card, and that means a red card for Sead Kolasinac. I'm sure I've got him down as already booked. No, it wasn't Kolasinac. Who was it earlier in the game? It was Memic who was booked. Sorry, I beg your pardon. I had it down as Kolasinac. Kolasinac now is on the yellow card. Thank you to Delif for paying attention there. So they've got both players, though, on that left-hand side, Dave, on yellow cards.
Yeah, you got me excited there.
Sorry, I beg your pardon.
No, I did think it was Kolasinac as well that had been booked, but it was the man in front of him, Memic, but he got isolated 1v1 against Dan James. He just stood him up, knocked the ball down the line. Kolasinac had no chance to do anything apart from just stand in his way and bring him down. Did that, gets a booking, and again, there's lots of jeopardy now for Bosnia down that left-hand side.
Free kick from the right. Oh, Wilson goes for goal near post, and the keeper alert to that. Vasilia throws himself to his left, punches it behind for the corner. He was in a good position, the foot moved quickly, and he made a good save. But again, Wilson happy to try anything like that.
Reminds me of Gareth Bale, it really does, where he just thought that anything was possible, and that's the way Harry Wilson is playing at the moment. Comfortable in the end for Vasilia, but Harry Wilson taking on a shot from that angle shows the confidence levels and where he is at with his game.
Jogs on the spot and takes the corner. Wilson into the near post. That was dangerous. Katic heads it away. James tries to leap on the edge of the box. He's beaten in the air. Rodon gets a foot on it. Lawler plays it to his left. Johnson was nearly in. Mihajlovic comes racing across and clears with his right foot. This is really good pressure from Wales late in the first half. Ampadu, low pass across to Dan James. 25 yards out, slips as he shoots, gets underneath it, flying over the bar. And behind for the goal kick. Wales 0, Bosnia and Herzegovina 0, and still Italy 0, Northern Ireland 0. Commentary of that game available if you want it on BBC Radio Ulster, which you can find on the BBC Sounds app. That is where you'll find the Football Daily podcast tomorrow morning as well. The Northern Ireland game you can watch on BBC 3. This game you can watch on BBC 2. And the Republic of Ireland, having performed a miracle really to get themselves into these playoffs in the first place, away to Czechia in Prague, and they lead late in the first half by 2-1. Were they to win that tie, they'd be at home for the final as well. Demirovic, half challenge there, danger here for Wales. Williams steps in, takes control, under pressure here from Memic. Williams gets away from him, clears with his right foot, nodded down by Tahirovic. Kolasinac scuffs it forward. Wales able to clear up to Harry Wilson. He's tackled by Tahirovic. That'll be a Wales throw, and Wales take that quickly. Wilson looking for Brooks, headed away from him. Here's Kolasinac, chips the ball into midfield. James gets there first. Brooks wins the 50-50, nods it down to Wilson. Wales trying to get it down, trying to play as quickly as they can. Closing stages of the first half, and it remains 0-0. 5 Live on the BBC. Craig Bellamy, as active and as busy as his players. It's actually tiring watching Bellamy striding up and down the technical area there. Right hand is out, he's pointing again. Here's Darlow. Darlow's short pass to his left to Lawler. Back to the goalkeeper. Outside his penalty area, inside the Welsh half. Comes to Williams on the right. Great noise inside the stadium again as we move towards half-time. De Silva pushes one down the line for Johnson. Johnson draws in the defenders. Back to De Silva. De Silva to Lawler. And again, the passing from Wales is good, moving their opponents around the field. First time layoff from Rodon to Williams. Williams has Dan James coming towards him. James collects the ball just inside the Bosnia and Herzegovina half. Kolasinac can't drag him back there. James trying to get away down the right. Kolasinac barges in, and the assistant referee says that is fair contact, shoulder to shoulder. James goes down. Kolasinac takes the ball away, clears to the halfway line. Lawler claims he's pushed there by Demirovic. Referee agrees. Free kick for Wales. They've taken it quickly. Of course they have. Ampadu towards Wilson in the inside right channel. Wilson, low curling ball across to De Silva. On to Brennan Johnson. Johnson up against Dedic, beats him on the outside, looks to get that cross in with the left foot, slices it behind, and that will be a goal kick for the visitors. 2 minutes left in the first half, Dave Edwards. It is still 0-0.
Yeah, Wales have been brilliant, though. They really have. It looks so exciting going forward. The amount of pace they have running that Bosnian back line. They're in a lot of trouble, the away team. They're hanging on really at the moment, especially, like we said, down there, left-hand side. Kolasinac cannot live with Dan James. He can't live with the movement of David Brooks running behind him, Harry Wilson running in behind him. He looks very tired as he trundles his way back up to the halfway line. Wales need to keep getting at him, but keep being patient on the ball as well, because their moment will come. Bosnia will continue to tire, and then they have to be ready in those big moments.
Rodon heads the ball away. This falls to Dedic for Bosnia and Herzegovina, up to the edge of the area, drives the shot low, blocked by De Silva, out for a throw to the visitors. Closing stages of the first half in Bergamo, Italy, Northern Ireland. Paul Gilmore.
Still 0-0, but a good chance for Italy from a corner. Alessandro Bastoni got there first and headed just over the bar, but just a couple of minutes until half-time. It is Italy 0, Northern Ireland 0.
Slovakia have taken the lead at home against Kosovo. If Wales do get through this evening, whether it's Italy or Northern Ireland coming here on Tuesday night, a game you will be able to hear in full on BBC Radio 5 Live, they will not fancy this Welsh front four, the passing, the movement, the speed. Throw in to that Welsh penalty area, dipping effort, but it doesn't dip enough, and it's wide of the target from Šunić. So no problems for Karl Darlow. It goes behind for the Wales goal kick. Last 30 seconds of the first half, Wales 0, Bosnia and Herzegovina 0. The closest we've come to a goal, Harry Wilson's wonderful, wicked, left-footed curling shot that came crashing back off the upright. Dzeko into his strike partner Demirovic, looks for the cut back into the penalty area. Ball comes back to him, lays it off here. Cross comes in from the right, headed away by Ampadu. James couldn't bring it under his spell. Kolasinac plays forward here to Dzeko. Dzeko's turning away from Williams, who makes the block. Ball up in the air. Williams does really well to get a foot on that, because it was going behind for a corner. Forward to James, back to Ampadu, quickly away up towards the halfway line. Katic blocks Wilson off the ball there. Really stupid from Nikola Katic. Wilson was trying to run past him at pace. Katic blocked him, and the referee saw it.
Yeah, I think he was just trying to lean into Harry Wilson, but ended up tripping him. It was a foul. The referee was in a good position to give Wales the free kick. It was on the halfway line, ball back to front. After what was probably Bosnia's best spell, I would say, in the first half. They had a long throw in, they had a shot from the edge of the box. Dzeko nearly won a corner, but the intensity that Nico Williams pressed that to make sure it didn't go out for a corner was as impressive as this Wales performance in the first half, and once again settled back into their possession.
Into added time at the end of the first half. Williams' ball with his right foot will not find James. Kolasinac clears. Kolasinac now playing his club football for Atalanta. Dzeko's layoff, looking for Memic. Brilliant defending from Joe Rodon. All the Welsh fans inside the stadium willing him to get to that ball first, which he did. Thundering tackle. The Bosnian player is down, but it was a perfectly clean challenge on Memic. It was ball, maybe a little bit of man, but it's one of those that the fans absolutely love to watch.
And he had to win it as well, didn't he? Amar Memic, his pace is what is causing Wales a few problems. The left winger, a little give and go, finds some space down the line. Nico Williams was completely out of the game, and then he needed his defensive partner. Joe Rodon's come covering across. Big slide tackle, timed it to perfection. Otherwise, Memic should have been in on goal against Karl Darlow.
Albania 1-0 up away to Poland in the playoffs this evening. Ball is back in play here. Tahirovic volleys it forward. James volleys it clear for Wales. Katic heads it out for a Welsh throw. And again, it's the Welsh bench that are so quick in retrieving that ball, lobbing it back to a Welsh player so they can get the game back underway as soon as they can. 2 minutes of added time already gone. And that is the 2 minutes of added time up. And it is 0-0 at half-time. Wilson's curler coming back off the woodwork for Wales. Dave Edwards, they have had the better of the game.
They certainly have. It's a shame they haven't got themselves in front. Harry Wilson's unbelievable effort, which crashed against the post, is probably the closest they've come, but in terms of dominance, in terms of territory, Wales have been far superior, and it did feel that Bosnia were hanging on, especially around that 40-minute mark. They were trying to slow the game down, but every time it went out, Wales just got the ball back in play so quickly, made Bosnia defend again, that you feel the longer this goes into the second half, if Wales can keep their intensity, keep their quality on the ball, then there's going to be more and more opportunities arise for them.
They have certainly got Bosnia and Herzegovina worried, but they've not been able to make it count as yet. Really entertaining first half in a real pressure game. Wales 0, Bosnia and Herzegovina 0.
Alistair, thank you. You're listening to 5 Live Sport. 0-0 then at the break here at the Cardiff City Stadium between Wales and Bosnia and Herzegovina. Dave Edwards and Tom Lockyer watching on as well. And Tom, I think it's right in saying that the only thing missing from that Welsh performance was a goal.
Yeah, absolutely. The intensity was there, and that's exactly what Craig Bellamy promised us, and it was a joy to see. David Brooks has been a menace this half, picking up pockets in the right hand side of the pitch, and his 1 and 2 touch play has been quite sensational. It's allowed Dan James to get at his fullback, and he's got both that left hand side booked now, so that's going to be a real positive in the second half. Now they're going to look to keep getting the ball out to Dan James and see whether he can keep getting at them.
More from Tom and Dave shortly. It's half-time in Bergamo between Italy and Northern Ireland. Paul Gilmore.
Italy 0, Northern Ireland 0. Well, Northern Ireland can be extremely satisfied with that. Charles saved from DeMarco and Bastoni headed over from a corner, but the 4 times World Cup champions largely frustrated. The visitors have had their moments, and with better decision making it could have been even better. Galbraith could have picked out Price but shot tamely at Donnarumma instead. The press is good, the shape is good. 9 championship players in Northern Ireland starting 11 this evening, and they are still believing. Italy 0, Northern Ireland 0.
So no goals in Italy, but the winner of that game between Italy and Northern Ireland will of course face the winner between Wales and Bosnia and Herzegovina here in Cardiff. The whistle has also gone at the break in Prague, and there have been plenty of goals in the first half between Czech Republic and Republic of Ireland. Sarah Mulkerins.
Indeed, 2 penalties and an own goal. It is Czech Republic 1, Republic of Ireland 2. Troy Parrott put the visitors ahead from the spot after a delayed VAR check on a Vladimir Darida nick on Nathan Collins. Moments later then, Republic of Ireland were 2-0 up. This one from a corner. Nathan Collins headed back towards the goal. It ricocheted into the net off the keeper Mateusz Korvac. Then 4 minutes later though, the home side got back into it through another penalty. Ryan Manning with the jersey pull on Ladislav Krejci. That allowed Leverkusen's Patrick Schick to fire it past Caoimhín Kelleher. This is full of intensity. There is no love lost between these two sides tonight. At the break, Czech Republic 1, Republic of Ireland 2.
Sarah, thank you. And the winner of that match between the Czech Republic and Republic of Ireland will face the winner of Denmark, North Macedonia. That's goalless at the break. Earlier on, Turkey beat Romania by a goal to 0. Poland currently trail Albania by a goal to 0 at half-time. Slovakia 2, Kosovo 1. And it's Ukraine 0, Sweden 1 as well. 8 European playoffs happening this evening. We'll be hearing from the England manager Thomas Tuchel in the next few minutes. A word on the Rugby League. It's currently Castleford Tigers 12, Bradford Bulls 10 in Super League. You can get commentary of that on 5 Sports Extra. Let's break though for the very latest BBC News here on 5 Live with Lisa McCormick.
The voice of the UK.
This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
Thanks, Delith. Iranian state media is reporting that officials have sent their response to the 15-point US plan to end the war. Speaking at the White House earlier, President Trump claimed Tehran is begging for a deal. Pakistan's acting as a go-between for the two countries. Maliha Lotki is Pakistan's former representative to the UN and ambassador to the US.
These 15 points have been communicated to Iran, and of course Iran has responded by setting its own terms for ending the war. And you can see from both sides and what they've said, there have to be a great deal of further conversation, as one can call it, to see whether any common ground can be found.
The Pensions Minister, Torsten Bell, insists that any savings invested with National Savings and Investments are 100% safe. Thousands of bereaved families have faced delays accessing premium bonds belonging to their late relatives. Ruth told 5 Live she's been trying to sort out her husband's account for months.
We thought on paper this was probably going to be the easiest and most straightforward of all our financial dealings. We had his premium bond numbers, we had his account number, and all this didn't seem to make any difference. And this is like months of incredible stress.
The president of the International Olympic Committee, Kirsty Coventry, has defended banning transgender women from women's sport, saying that the decision was based on fairness and safety. A one-off gene screening test will be used to determine eligibility from 2028. The new rules also apply to athletes with differences in sexual development. The UK's wind turbines generated a record amount of electricity yesterday, enough to power more than 20 million homes. The National Energy System Operator says nearly 24 gigawatts was produced yesterday afternoon. That beats a record that was set last December. And the Mobo Awards have been held in Manchester tonight, with the Brit Award and Grammy winning Olivia Dean up for 4 of them. It's the 30th anniversary of the awards, which celebrate black culture and music.
5 Live Sports.
Don't miss out on a whole world of live sport. With the BBC Sounds app, get access to the biggest sporting moments as they happen on 5 Sports Extra, Sports Extra 2 and Sports Extra 3.
Champion in Paris for the first time.
Scroll through the live radio dial and put yourself at the heart of the action.
This is 5 Live Sports with Dennis Lloyd.
Listen on the BBC Sounds.
Coming to you live from the Cardiff City Stadium as well on this cool March evening. The Wales substitutes are on the pitch in a circle, just warming up, going through their exercises. Bosnia's subs are also in front of us as well, kicking balls around. 0-0 at the break between Wales and Bosnia and Herzegovina. Second half commentary on the way. England play Uruguay tomorrow in a friendly at Wembley, which will be the last England camp before the World Cup squad is announced. Correspondent John Murray joins us now. And John, I know you've been speaking to the manager Thomas Tuchel about his decision to call up Ben White for the first time since 2022.
Hello, Dallas. Yes, I'm in the tunnel at Wembley Stadium where we have been speaking to Thomas Tuchel. The first time that we've spoken since Ben White and Harvey Barnes were called into the squad on Monday. If you remember, Jarell Kwanzaa and Eberici Eze had to pull out injured. So Ben White of Arsenal called up for the first time since the 2022 World Cup, when he famously didn't play in Qatar. He left the squad early for what were described at the time as personal reasons, and then subsequently made himself unavailable for selection by England under Gareth Southgate. Ben White's call-up also means that Trent Alexander-Arnold was again overlooked, but Thomas Tuchel has told us he has now had a conversation with Trent Alexander-Arnold. First, though, the England manager explained to me how Ben White had no hesitation in accepting his international recall. His reaction came in seconds, Tuchel said, and I suggested to him perhaps he's had a long time, Ben White, to think about what he might have been missing out on.
It's just these little details. You send a player a message, and it was after the final, and send him a message if we can speak, and I think about calling him up, and it's just the reaction time shows you sometimes what's what, and it was within seconds, and the reaction was very emotional and very, very positive in a way that was absolutely clear for me. Oh, he really wants to be with us, so there's no hesitation, and he made this very clear from the beginning. He was very involved with everyone and connected with everyone straight away in camp. I feel that he's a sensitive guy. I feel he's quite shy, he's quite introvert, but full of quality, and that's what he shows until now, and that's why he deserves a match tomorrow.
With Trent Alexander-Arnold, you say you've called him. Was that in the aftermath of the decision to call up Ben White?
Yeah, it was. Not an easy call, but good call, of course, and a call that stays between me and the player. But it is a difficult decision. It's a sportive decision. I think that Ben is a similar profile to Jarell Kwanzaa that we wanted in camp, and which suits us good on that side, and is at the moment a decision for Ben White and for Tino Livramento and for Chad Spence. I understand that it can create discussions or someone has other opinions, but some decisions need to be made.
And for those who think that, well, he must be out of the picture now, Trent Alexander-Arnold, you would say that is not the case?
No,
yeah?
That is not the case. I think that I have a clear picture of what he can give a team, and what structure he needs to be the best version of himself. I think that we play a slightly different structure that does not play into his strengths at the moment, our style of play. But that is not his fault, not at all. And there's a lot of football to be played. He's involved into quarterfinals against Bayern Munich, which are also key for him and also for me to watch. And we will be in stadiums. We will observe the datas. We will watch his video clips. So no, he's not out of the picture.
Tell me about another couple of players, John Stones, who's played so little football over the course of the last 4 months. But I know you've told us how important you feel that he is potentially to England and the World Cup, and also Jude Bellingham. How's he been this week?
Jude has been good. We will take no risk for tomorrow. But he trained every day with the team, not 100%. So it was always like a mix between team training and individual training. But the parts he trained with us, he was excellent. No doubt about that. So I'm very, very happy that he came to camp and we got the opportunity to build him up for the Japan match. Nothing has changed there. Well, John Stones is another world-class player. So good with his experience, his game understanding, but he's a bit worried. He has like slight concerns in the calf. He feels his calf. He's not 100% free and not sure if he can play tomorrow.
Really? So, as I say, it feels like he's an important figure for you, for England.
Yeah, because of his game understanding, and he's like so many years now an important player for Man City in a winning environment, in a winning club where like on an everyday basis you have to live up to the highest expectations. This is so important because this is if you're part of a club like this, and the same for Jude, if you're part of a club like this where only winning counts, and then you have to be ready for the next match, you have to be ready for the next title, you have to be ready for the next knockout match. This is where John thrives and where he was so important. So it's a pity that he cannot fully rely at the moment on his body. He's very sensitive about it, but for me he's a super important person within the team, in game understanding, in the tactical experience, in the approach to adjust to different shapes of the opponent, and full of quality. But at the moment he's in doubt for tomorrow.
England boss Thomas Tuchel there. Quite a lot to unpick there, John, not least the comments on Trent Alexander-Arnold, but we must start with Ben White and his reaction to being called up.
Yes, I think it's going to be interesting at Wembley, if he is on the field at some stage, actually to see how the England supporters react to him, because he made the decision to withdraw himself, make himself unavailable for selection. I guess he would probably say, we've not had a chance to speak to him this week, he would probably say there were good reasons, good and valid reasons for that, in his opinion. Really, we've never properly got to the bottom of what exactly it was that was the issue that caused this rift between Ben White and England. However, he's sat out of the England picture for nearly 4 years now, since 2022. And, he's had a lot of injuries in that time. He's not always been available. Don't forget, he is the Arsenal second choice right back with Jurriën Timber, the first choice when he's fit. And as I suggested to Thomas Tuchel there, I wonder whether he has had a chance himself to reflect on what it is actually he's missing out on by not making himself available for international football.
And he's clearly not taking risks with Jude Bellingham and John Stones. But I wonder, John, is Tuchel still likely to name Stones as part of the World Cup squad, even if there is doubt over his fitness?
With Bellingham, he's been out with for a couple of months with this hamstring injury, but he is on the verge of coming back. He did play for Real Madrid as a substitute last Sunday night, and Thomas Tuchel said with Bellingham, it is as per the plan. If they can get him onto the pitch for a few minutes against Japan, then all well and good. With John Stones, that is worrying news that we've heard there from Thomas Tuchel, that there is he says it's a slight calf issue, which suggests he might not feature. And in actual fact, he said tonight that it would be a choice of John Stones, Jordan Henderson or Jordan Pickford who'll be captain against Uruguay, depending on who starts. But that, in the short term, is a worry for Stones, who's had so little football this season, just 2 appearances in the last 4 months. And I did say to Thomas Tuchel, is it going to be a case with John Stones that he has to be 100% fit to be in the World Cup squad? Thomas Tuchel said, I guess so.
John, great to chat as ever. John Murray, the BBC's football correspondent, will be at Wembley tomorrow for England's friendly against Uruguay. There'll be commentary on 5 Live Sport. England, of course, have another friendly against Japan next Tuesday, but Wales and Northern Ireland will both hope they're here next Tuesday. Second half just kicking off. Dave Edwards, Tom Lockyer and Alistair Bruce Ball.
Yeah, Bosnia and Herzegovina get us underway in the second half. They are in the white shirts, white shorts, white socks, blue trim on the kit. 0-0 against Wales here in this World Cup playoff semi-final in the Cardiff City Stadium. Italy 0, Northern Ireland 0. The winners of that one meet the winners of this one, and the winners of this playoff path, it just got me thinking at half-time, will go into Group B in the World Cup this summer. Games against Canada in Toronto, Switzerland in LA, and Qatar in Seattle, which sounds mighty fine to me. That is what Wales, Bosnia, Italy and Northern Ireland are all playing for in this playoff path. No changes made at half-time here. Wales in the red shirts, red shorts, red socks, playing from right to left in the second half. Katic steps in, plays the ball forward. Demirovic will chase. Darlow's got this covered, wants it to go behind for the goal kick, and it does. Darlow in goal. Nico Williams at right back. Dylan Lawler, Joe Rodon, Jay De Silva make up the rest of the back four. They've taken the goal kick. Passing to Ampadu. He's tackled and it comes straight back to Darlow and he makes the save on his goal line. That could have gone anywhere, Dave Edwards.
Yeah, that would have been a disastrous start to this second half. The pass on to Ethan Ampadu's never really on. He's been pressed so high up the pitch by Tahirovic, who's only, 7 or 8 yards away from his own goal. Ethan Ampadu gets crashed into by his opposition midfielders. Unfortunately for Wales, it flies straight into the hands of Carl Darlow.
Heart-in-mouth moment. Ampadu and Jordan James in central midfield. Daniel James, David Brooks, Brennan Johnson and Harry Wilson have been giving Bosnia and Herzegovina a really tough time so far. And here comes James, zipping into the penalty area, looking to find Wilson. Ball doesn't get through to him. Cleared away by Katic, chested down by Demirovic. Lawler's in quickly, wins that ball, passes to Ampadu, and Wales are straight back on the attack early in this second half. Brennan Johnson on the outside, down the left, low cross into the penalty area. Katic intercepts, clears it away with his right foot. Ampadu flicks it up in the air, tries to tickle a little pass to his left to De Silva, didn't get enough on it. Headed back by Tahirovic, put Katic under pressure there. Here's Brooks inside the penalty area. Great tackle by Muharemovic for Bosnia and Herzegovina. Otherwise Brooks would have had a sight of goal. That cannot be a free kick. Demirovic thrown himself to the floor. He's not going to get that. It's a Wales throw. Vasilia is the goalkeeper for the visitors. Amar Dedic, Nikola Katic, Muharemovic and Kolasinac, who's on a yellow card, the back four. Bajrak Tarovic, Šunic, Tahirovic and Memic make up the midfield. Dzeko and Demirovic, the two forwards. And Bosnia and Herzegovina have 3 players on yellow cards. Williams drives a diagonal ball from deep. It bounces once. It's chested down by Johnson. Works it onto his right foot, edge of the area. Runs out of space, but finds Brooks with the pass. Brooks, short pass to his right, finds Williams. Now Dan James dribbling again into the box. Looks for Williams. But the ball runs past him and Memic lets it go and it goes behind for the goal kick. So 3 minutes gone in the second half. Wales 0, Bosnia and Herzegovina 0. And after that sort of heart-and-mouth moment right at the start of the second half, they've tried to pick up that tempo straight again, haven't they, Dave?
Yeah, normal service has resumed for Wales. Getting the ball in play as quick as possible, being patient on the ball, and then getting into that final third and waiting for that killer pass. But there is one criticism, I would say. It's been a few too many times where, in particular, Dan James just hasn't quite chosen the right moment, where it's a pass which he's not quite taken care of. He had a shot from distance in the first half where you want to keep the ball moving and just then drives into the Bosnian box and then tries a tricky ball down the side, very hard to execute, and it goes harmlessly out for a goal kick.
Kiefer Moore is not an option for Wales from the bench this evening, unavailable for this squad due to injury. Ball is cleared away by Darlow. It drops nicely for Johnson. Crisp first time pass to Brooks. Brooks flying forward. James makes the run in behind. James with the cross, and it takes a deflection and goes behind. And doesn't take a deflection. I thought that was blocked and went behind for a corner, but they're setting up for a goal kick to Bosnia and Herzegovina, and we've lost replays on our monitor in this second half, so I can't exactly see what went on there, but James was in behind. It looked like a great opportunity to get that ball across.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was speaking about. Excellent play from Wales, and Dan James, just that vital moment, doesn't manage to get his pass across the box. Excellent from David Brooks again. He's had a terrific first half, like Tom said at half-time, but his weight of pass and his vision was expertly on show for that occasion, and Dan James, he's at the byline, he's only 7 or 8 yards away from the front post, and he just puts it into the side netting. Disappointing for Wales.
Producer George doing some sterling work here, setting up his iPad so we can see the replays, watch the game as we're watching it live inside the Cardiff City Stadium. Hope you're enjoying it on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Probably getting ever more nervous if you're a Wales fan. Wales 0, Bosnia and Herzegovina 0. James chasing a ball down the left, just nudged off it gently by Katic. Experienced defending there. James off balance, and it goes behind for a goal kick. Italy 0, Northern Ireland 0. And Republic of Ireland 2-1 up away in Prague against Czechia. If they win it, they're at home in the playoff final against Denmark or North Macedonia, and Denmark lead that game now. They've scored early in the second half. Denmark 1, North Macedonia 0. But Albania are still 1-0 up away to Poland. Albania have never qualified for a World Cup. And Kosovo have equalised away to Slovakia as well. Slovakia 2, Kosovo 2. Dzeko flicks it on. De Silva clears it away for Wales. Katic heads it forward. The ball drops just inside the Wales half. Lawler wins the next header. James chases a through ball here, nods it down, shoots early. Oh my goodness me! What an incredible strike from Dan James. 2 years ago, he was the one who saw his penalty saved, which is when Wales lost the playoff final to Poland. How about that for redemption? That is a stunning strike. The keeper didn't see it, he didn't smell it, he couldn't get anywhere near it, and Wales lead through a Dan James stunner. Wales 1, Bosnia and Herzegovina 0.
Absolute takeoff inside the Cardiff City Stadium. It has erupted in here, the noise is incredible, and it's down to Dan James. I was just questioning his final ball moments ago, but on this occasion he has no right to shoot from where he does. Just drops inadvertently to him, really. Must be 25-30 yards out. Half volley, rockets it towards the Bosnian goal. Maybe Vasilia could have done better. Looks like he got lost a little bit underneath it, but can't take anything away from the strike from Dan James. He struck it so true, and the way it hit the back of the net, and then the following celebrations, electric inside the stadium.
Tom Lockyer, wow, wow, wow.
In this second half, but I have to say that might go down as a goalkeeper error there. He didn't seem to get his feet sorted, and he got beaten at the near post from 35 yards. So yes, an unbelievable strike from Dan James, but we'd have to see that again, and I'd have that down as a goalkeeper error.
What a moment for Daniel James, into double figures in goals for his country. And Wales lead Bosnia and Herzegovina by 1-0. Just raced on to a half chance, caught it well on the half volley, but yes, quite right from Dave Edwards and Tom Lockyer. Goalkeeper Vasilia rushing back, has lost his bearings, but James has pounced and he just doesn't get off the ground, the goalkeeper. The footwork is not right, and that is why the ball beats him and goes flashing into the back of the net. But you've got to buy a ticket, Dave, and you've got to strike that ball well, and Dan James did just that. And I have to say, what a moment for him, given what happened to him here a couple of years ago.
Yeah, special for Dan James. He's always excellent in a Wales shirt. I think his Wales form over the last 5 or 6 years has been brilliant, but that was a goalkeeping error. It's unfortunate for Vasilia. He goes to plant his right foot to take off, it just slips from underneath him, so he gets no purchase, can't get off the ground. The same end which Carl Darlow slipped at not too long ago as well. But Wales won't care at all. Now it's there for the taker to really go and kill this Bosnian team off.
It's opening up for Wales. Harry Wilson on the dribble, Maisie stuff in between defenders. Katic made the challenge. Wales fans baying for a free kick, and then the decision is given against Dan James for his challenge in midfield, and Bosnia and Herzegovina get the free kick, and Harry Wilson is down hurt and he needs some attention. So while we wait for that to happen here in Cardiff, let's take you to Bergamo, the winners of this game tonight. Wales leading Bosnia and Herzegovina by 1-0. The winners tonight will face Italy or Northern Ireland. What's happening there, Paul Gilmore?
54 minutes played, it's still Italy 0, Northern Ireland 0. A really bright start to the half from Michael O'Neill's side, but they have just had a let-off. Terry Devlin, the Portsmouth player, attempted to play a back pass. It struck his own player, taking the sting off the ball, and suddenly Retegui was through on goal, but took a heavy touch, and Pierce Charles was able to gobble up, so it's still 0-0.
Sweden have a second goal away to Ukraine. Ukraine 0, Sweden 2. Are the Republic of Ireland still ahead in Prague? Sarah Mulkerins.
They are. It's Czech Republic 1, Republic of Ireland 2, but the hosts are much improved after the break. 2 changes for them, including Thomas Souček on the pitch. Krejci forced Caoimhín Kelleher into a fingertip save with a header in the area, and just seconds ago Jason Malumbi unleashed an effort from range and it hit the post. Czech Republic 1, Republic of Ireland 2.
Straight back to Bergamo, Paul Gilmore.
Pierce Charles with a big save. Moyes keen in on goal, struck it low towards the bottom corner. Charles turned behind for a corner, the first time really this evening, where a few cracks defensively beginning to show for Northern Ireland. They'll need to watch that. It's 0-0.
Swansea's Liam Cullen is on for Jordan James, and Harry Wilson is back on his feet and moving rather awkwardly, but seems to be okay. And Wales desperately need him for the rest of tonight, but more importantly, if they get through, need him for a massive game on Tuesday night. Wales 1, Bosnia and Herzegovina 0. Dan James on the half volley from 25 yards out, catching out the goalkeeper and making him look a little bit silly. Italy 0, Northern Ireland 0. You can watch that game on BBC 3. This one's on BBC 2. High ball, away to the right, overhit, out for a Wales throw. There has now been a goal in Bergamo. Which way has it gone? Paul Gilmore.
Northern Ireland's brave resistance broken. It was a worrying spell for them, and that has proved to be the case. Sandro Tonali running on to the ball outside the area, struck it low and hard beyond Pierce Charles. Italy lead by a 0 against Northern Ireland.
Oh, Demirovic fires one over the bar. Fizzing shot on the half volley with his right foot. Just went for power. The angle was difficult. Only just a couple of inches over. That would have tested Carl Darlow. Dave Edwards.
Yeah, terrific strike from Demirovic. I think he was just offside. The linesman did put his flag up afterwards. Disappointing for Wales. Jordan James has had to leave the pitch. It looks like he hasn't been able to run off that injury from the first half. Liam Cullen has now come on to sit alongside Ethan Ampadu. That's not his natural position. He's more of a, I say, number 10. He has played number 8 for Wales on numerous occasions. He played in their last outing against North Macedonia. But it's not an ideal change for Craig Bellamy.
Right, at the moment we're setting up on Tuesday night in Cardiff for Wales against Italy. And obviously those of you who know their Welsh football history will know that the manager of Wales, Craig Bellamy, scored a very famous goal against Italy in the early 2000s in a massive win for Wales. So all sorts of talk and stories about that if it comes to pass. Darlow a long way off his line, but out quickly, does well for Wales there. Memic was trying to burst through. Darlow hoists the ball high in the air. Kolasinac wins the header. Controlled by Nico Williams inside his own half, and passed back towards his own penalty area where Rodon just shepherds the ball on to Darlow. So Italy lead Northern Ireland 1-0. Wales leading 1-0 here. Republic of Ireland still 2-1 up away to Czechia in Prague. Dedic appeals for a handball, doesn't get the decision, gets the next decision as he's tackled midway inside the Wales half by Harry Wilson, and the referee says that is a foul. Sweden 2-0 up away to Ukraine. If they win that one, they're at home to the winners of Poland-Albania, and Albania 1-0 up away to Poland, who have qualified for the last 2 World Cups but find themselves behind at home tonight. It was them 2 years ago in the playoff final for the Euros that beat Wales here on penalties. Here's the free kick for Bosnia and Herzegovina, floated into that Wales penalty area, nodded down. Brooks is there first, hooks it away with his left foot, chased hard by Dan James, although Tarovic has got a big head start on him. Back to the goalkeeper Vasilya. Vasilia's long ball downfield. Memic chases again, and Darlow lets it come, bounces once and catches it inside his own penalty area. So just over half an hour to play. Incredible noise here. De Silva's given the ball away. This could be trouble. Demirovic tackled then by Ampadu, who definitely got the ball, and that opens up really nicely for Wales because Harry Wilson takes it on the turn. He's got his head up and running, slides it through. Dan James again. Dan James, right foot, then left foot, deflected shot off the bar and down to safety for now for Bosnia and Herzegovina, because here's David Brooks inside the penalty area, curling effort wide of the target and behind for the goal kick. So close to a second for Dan James. Dave Edwards.
Yeah, you feel that to be in game, set and match. Bosnia are pushing more and more men forward. They're pressing Wales really high up the pitch. And as soon as Wales just managed to string 2 or 3 passes together, they're out, and Harry Wilson had the freedom of the Cardiff City pitch. drives forward. His weight of pass to Dan James is exceptional. He's one-on-one against Vasilia. Defenders are coming back in. He managed to chop onto his left foot, gets a good shot away, slight deflection, takes it onto the crossbar. That could have easily been 2-0, and you think Wales would be home and dry after that.
Bosnia and Herzegovina have to push. That will leave them open, and Wales will absolutely love that. If they can keep up the energy, find the right passes, then more chances will come. Double substitution coming for the visitors as well. Kerim Begovic is one of them. Ivan Basic is the other, waiting to come on. You can barely hear yourself think inside the stadium at the moment. Ball down the middle for Demirovic. Darlow is there, bravely throws himself to win the header. He's out of goal at the moment though, and what a tackle by Brennan Johnson on Bayraktarovic that prevented him from shooting early on there. Darlow back in position now, back on his goal line. Šunić plays the 1-2. Šunić thinks about getting the crossing, goes wide again to Bayraktarovic. He tries to get the crossing. Johnson again does the defensive duties for Wales. It comes off him and goes behind for a corner. Wales 1, Bosnia and Herzegovina 0. So Benjamin Tahirovic will come off, and he will be replaced by Ivan Basic, who plays his club football for Astana in Kazakhstan. That's one change being made by Bosnia and Herzegovina. And the other one sees Kolasinac come off, who gets the pantomime boos, and Kerim Begovic comes on. 18 years old, plays his club football in Austria for Red Bull Salzburg, scored on his debut against San Marino in the qualification stages. So Bosnia and Herzegovina forced into changes, forced to chase the game. Winner takes all tonight, and whoever wins will be at home, playing for a place in the World Cup in a one-off game against Italy or Northern Ireland, and Italy lead Northern Ireland 1-0 in Bergamo through Sandro Tonali. Wales got to concentrate. Corner comes into the far post. Darlow does so well. Jumps high, was bumped by Dzeko, but catches it. The ball just bobbled between his hands and held on at the second time.
Yeah, we know that's where Bosnia will carry a big threat, those set pieces, and if your goalkeeper comes and claims like that, it's a huge plus for this Welsh side, and he does so with some real assertiveness.
Dan James tackled inside the Bosnia half. Bayraktarovic goes on a dribble down the right. Good supporting run from Memic on the outside. Ampadu comes across, but the cross comes in. Dzeko heads it back across goal. Demirovic, what a save! Karl Darlow stands up and is counted there. An absolute hero for Wales. Full stretch to his left-hand side. It looked like it was going to be a certain goal, and Harry Wilson is now caught in the Welsh midfield, and David Brooks does not like the challenge. Gives his opposite number Basic a shove. Basic just onto the field as a substitute for Bosnia and Herzegovina. They are getting fired up. Dave Edwards watching the replay of a quite fabulous save from Karl Darlow.
World-class save from Karl Darlow, really is. Top draw from the Welsh goalkeeper. They build up down the right-hand side. Bosnia cross deep. It's Dzeko heads it back across goal. Demirovic just changes his run. He's 6 yards out, arcs it towards the far corner. You do feel that Karl Darlow is beaten. There's no right to get across there, but not just get his hand to it. He has to scoop it out. It's behind him. It is a wonderful save. It really is.
Tom Lockyer, a tale of two keepers this second half.
Yeah, absolutely. And Craig Bellamy said yesterday, don't get involved in the chaos, and chaotic is exactly what this game is right now. But let's give Karl Darlow his flowers, because that is an absolutely incredible save. That had a goal written all over it, but he sprawled to his left, and what a solid hand. And for a keeper who's had nothing to do all game, you can easily switch off, but not him there. It was absolutely brilliant.
Dan James with the goal at one end, Karl Darlow with the save at the other. Really important moments on a really important night for Welsh football, leading Bosnia and Herzegovina by a 0-0. Next break in play, which is right now, because the ball has gone out for a throw into the visitors. Let's take you back to Prague. Czechia against the Republic of Ireland. Sarah Mulkerins.
Republic of Ireland still leading by 2-1, but the hosts, they are really winding up their attack. They're bringing the intensity after the break. They're pinging balls into the area, asking questions. So far, the visitors are weathering the storm, but Czech Republic are hunting for their equaliser. Czech Republic 1, Republic of Ireland 2.
Nothing on tomorrow night's commentary on 5 Live, but it'll be well worth a listen. We heard from the England boss Thomas Tuchel at half-time. John Murray, Ian Dennis, Paul Robinson with the commentary at Wembley of England against Uruguay. Here's Dan James, hooks across into the penalty area. Vasilia is able to come out, catch that on the run. Rolls it out to the feet of Katic. We have played almost 20 minutes now in the second half, so 25 minutes to go. Wales leading Bosnia and Herzegovina by 1-0. The Dan James half volley from 25 yards out, but the only reason Wales are still ahead, that fabulous save from Karl Darlow. Here come Bosnia again in the white shirts, speeding down the left-hand side is Dedic here. 2 red-shirted Welsh defenders in front of him, plays it back to Šunić. Wide it goes again, and Nico Williams has some defending to do. Alej Begovic left the ball behind him, cross comes in, Rodon heads this away. Wales standing firm at the moment, holding on to the 1-0 lead. Alej Begovic, the 18-year-old again, with his right foot. This time Ampadu gets the block in, nodded forward to the edge of the box. Challenge comes in from Cullen. Ampadu is then fouled. He rolls over, fancies taking a bit of a breather. I'm sure he's feeling a little bit of pain as well. And Wales lead Bosnia and Herzegovina by 1-0. Dave Edwards.
Yeah, Tom Lockyer was just saying about Craig Bellamy's press conference about bringing calm to the chaos, and it has been a chaotic 10 minutes since that Wales goal. Bosnia have been the team on top. They're pressing a lot higher up the pitch, and at this moment in time Wales can't quite find that pass they need to get themselves out. So once they do get out, then they have the freedom of the Cardiff City pitch to go and trying to exploit. But at the moment the game is a lot slower for them. The momentum is with Bosnia. They're defending a little bit deeper. There's more crosses coming to the box, which is a worry. They just need to get that foothold back in the game, start keeping the ball and moving Bosnia around.
Game is back underway. Karl Darlow clears from the free kick with his right foot. Johnson jumps. Ball is kept in play by Memic. Fired forward towards Dzeko. Impossible for Dzeko to do anything with that. Coming at pace behind him and high. Try to get a back heel on it. Wilson is knocked to the floor. Wales win the free kick. Wilson straight to his feet. Wants to take it quickly. Nico Williams sprinting away down the right. Can he get to this? Yes, he can. Right down by the corner flag. What a sight that is across this stadium, across the pitch, all the way into the distance. And you can see the 10 outfield players, red shirts, moving around into positions, but surrounded by all the fans in the replica red shirts as well. It paints quite a picture. Quite a night for Wales at the moment, leading Bosnia and Herzegovina by 1-0. Next break in play will take you back to Bergamo. Northern Ireland trying to get back level against Italy. Darlow inside his own half in the middle of it. Spinning ball down the inside right channel. Will go straight through to his opposite number, the goalkeeper, Vasilia. So, Paul Gilmore, what's happening in Bergamo?
67 minutes played, still 1-0 to Italy. Sandro Tonali's excellent low strike the difference, and Italy still having the odd chance. Moises Keane renewed his battle with Pierce Charles, but the Sheffield Wednesday goalkeeper again saved well from him. Italy 1, Northern Ireland 0.
And no other goals have gone in the last 10 minutes or so. So Wales leading Bosnia and Herzegovina by 1-0. Republic of Ireland still 2-1 up away to Czechia in Prague. Slovakia 2, Kosovo 2. Sweden had a horrible qualification campaign, but they're winning 2-0 away to Ukraine tonight. Albania 1-0 up away to Poland. And Denmark lead North Macedonia by 1-0. 16 teams in action. Only 4 teams will go through at the end of it to play in the World Cup this summer. Here come Bosnia and Herzegovina. Shot driven with the left foot by Basic from the edge of the penalty area is blocked. Comes back to Dedic. Dedic's cross in, headed away by Cullen. Katic heads it forward again. Little back heel, drops inside the penalty area, and Darlow comes racing forward and then diving forward to gratefully fall on that ball just outside his 6-yard box. And there's still plenty of this game to go. We are midway through the second half. Wales 1, Bosnia and Herzegovina 0.
Yeah, Bosnia throwing the kitchen sink at it. The 2 fullbacks now are naturally wingers, so they're getting high up the pitch. The wingers are rolling inside to join in with Demirovic and Dzeko. Also you've got Bajrak Tarovic just drifting into a number 10 position as well. So there's lots of movement in front of that Wales back four, and they're finding it hard to deal with at the moment.
Kosovo now lead 3-2 away to Slovakia. Here's Ampadu on the ball for Wales. Can they find a second goal to give themselves a little bit of comfort? Brooks, nice first touch, laid back to Ampadu, just outside the penalty area here, to Wilson. One touch, and on to Johnson. Johnson back to Cullen. White wall in front of him, goes wide to Johnson again, corner of the Bosnian penalty area. De Silva's involved. Quick 1-2 between De Silva and Johnson. Wilson gets on the ball for Wales. Looks for the little give and go there with Cullen. Couldn't find Cullen with the pass. Silly from Cullen. Slid in, desperate to try and win the ball back. Has caught Demirovic and hurt him. And Josh Cullen gets the yellow card, quite rightly.
Yeah, Liam Cullen just sliding in. Don't think he was trying to get the ball. He slides in, sees the touch coming. It's a nasty one, actually. Catches Demirovic quite high. Reckless tackle from Cullen. Gets the booking for it. He has to be careful now. But Wales just had the ball in and around the edge of the Bosnia box and just needs to keep it for a little bit longer. Be patient. Keep them penned in for a sustained period of time. Harry Wilson, of all the players, is the one who gives the ball away, and it just lets Bosnia off the hook. They just need to try and enjoy the ball a little bit more as we go into this last 20 minutes. But so far, so good for Craig Bellamy's men.
So Demirovic continues to receive treatment here at the Cardiff City Stadium. 20 minutes to play. Wales 20 minutes away, plus a bit of added time from a playoff semi-final win. It will set them up with the final at home again, and that's been the great news for Wales in all these playoff campaigns, that they have always been drawn at home. Republic of Ireland, how are they getting on in Prague? Sarah Mulkerins.
Czech Republic 1, Republic of Ireland 2. Hamer Hallgrimsson has just made his first substitutions of this game, so Alan Brown and Robbie Brady are both on the pitch. They're trying to take the sting out of this Czech Republic attack, which has been much better after the break. As things stand, Ireland are leading 2-1.
Denmark lead North Macedonia by 3-0. Poland have equalised at home against Albania. You're up to date with everything that's going on in the World Cup playoffs this evening. Our attention totally focused, though, on the last 20 minutes here in Cardiff. And, of course, we'll be back here on Tuesday night, 5 Live and BBC Sounds for Wales if they get through against Italy or Northern Ireland. But Northern Ireland need to find themselves a goal in Bergamo. Here's Bassett running forward into the Welsh half, looks to his left, couple of players out there. One of them is Alay-Begovic on the dribble into the penalty area, fires it in low. Darlow saves at his near post. Ampadu flicks a header away. Williams jumps down by the dead ball line, and eventually, after a couple more touches and a little tussle there with Alay-Begovic, has won Wales a goal kick.
Yeah, Alay-Begovic is a real talent, isn't he? The 18-year-old on that left-hand side can go both ways. He's both-footed. He hasn't got the pressure that you might feel as an older player, so he's trying to make things happen. As Wales are getting Mark Harris ready down the side, maybe a little bit more energy at the top ends of the pitch, as Wales just starting to look a little bit more weary. It's been a tremendous effort from those front four players, so maybe some fresh legs just to help with that press to try and limit Bosnia's attack starting from the back two.
Some performance from Kosovo tonight. They've scored a fourth away to Slovakia. Slovakia 2, Kosovo 4. Winners of that one at home to Turkey, because Turkey beat Romania earlier on this evening. Carl Darlow, moments ago, had the Welsh fans having absolute kittens because it was a pinpoint pass he found from inside his own penalty area to Ampadu, but Ampadu had 2 players on him at the time. Rodon's caught now as he clears from the right back position. Wales won't mind that as long as he's fit and okay, because it just buys them a bit of time, and they will get the free kick. Although I have seen the referee a couple of times when Wales have gone to restart, point to his watch and just remind them they've got to keep the game moving. So David Brooks is coming off, and Mark Harris is coming on, the Oxford United striker, winning his 17th cap, yet to score for his country, formerly of Cardiff City, so the Cardiff fans know him well, and Craig Bellamy knows exactly what he's going to get from Mark Harris. So far, so good, Dave Edwards, for Wales, but still a little bit of time to go here, over 15 minutes to play.
Yeah, standing ovation for David Brooks coming off the pitch. He has been terrific. First half in particular, just the guile he has and the quality when he's on the ball, always looks like he's going to make things happen. He's had a terrific evening, and now Mark Harris's job is to come and just work his socks off, be a real nuisance at the top end of the pitch, but also be reliable in possession. When it gets played into him, can he keep the ball for us? Can he bring Harry Wilson into the game, Brennan Johnson? And Wales try and get this second goal, and what a time it'd be to get your first international goal as well.
Just over 15 minutes to play. Dave Edwards, Tom Lockyer with us in Cardiff here tonight. Ampadu's ball to the left-hand side. All the reaction in the Football Daily podcast tomorrow. Republic of Ireland still 2-1 up away to Czechia. Northern Ireland 1-0 down away to Italy. Johnson thought he was fouled, picks himself up, didn't get the decision. Wales go chasing. Harris immediately, with that substitute's energy, goes thundering towards Katic. Bosnia have played the ball across to the left. Down the line it goes. Well read by Nico Williams. Side foots it forward to James. Try to get it back to Williams. Muharemovic steps in and intercepts. Wales battling away for it on that right-hand side. But the ball went over the touchline over there. And it's gone out for a throw-in to Bosnia and Herzegovina. So if Republic of Ireland can win that game, they will be at home against Denmark on Tuesday night. Well, Denmark has things down. 15 minutes to play, but Denmark 3-0 up against North Macedonia at home. Wouldn't back against Republic of Ireland the way the qualification campaign's been going for them. And Sweden 3-0 up away to Ukraine. So that is some performance from Graham Potter's Sweden this evening. Ampadu chips it down the right. Harris chases. Muharemovic is there. Clears on the half volley on the turn. Dan James stretches to try and keep that ball in play. Got a touch on it. Williams then wasn't able to do that job. And it goes out for another throw-in to the visitors. Northern Ireland chasing a goal in Bergamo. Paul Gilmore.
15 minutes to salvage their World Cup dream. They trail by 1-0. Donnarumma passed out to Jimmy Donnelly. It struck the Oxford striker. Didn't quite fall for him to punish the Man City goalkeeper. At the other end, Hume off the line. Michael O'Neill is sent on. Paul Smith, the QPR player. 1-0 Italy.
Bosnia and Herzegovina so close to an equaliser here. Bejrak Terovic with a cross in from the right-hand side. No one got a touch on it. Dzeko was looking, Demirovic was looking. Karl Darlow just watched it, and it just glided past his right-hand post. Viktor Gyökeres has scored all 3 goals for Sweden this evening. That was mighty close, Dave, wasn't it?
It was. Wales have to try and stop crosses. Bejrak Terovic on this right-hand side cuts in on his left foot. You have to get closer and stop it because Edin Dzeko in the middle and Demirovic are both a handful in the air. But Dylan Lawler and Joe Rowan just get all mixed up. They almost leave it to each other. And fortunately for Wales, it bounces on the 6-yard box and just goes past Karl Darlow's far post.
We've seen the one superb save from Darlow. That was close too. You get the sense there's going to be a couple more nervy moments to come. But Wales could ease those if they could get a second goal. Loose pass from Ampadu, nowhere near De Silva, goes straight out for a throw-in to Bosnia and Herzegovina, and they are about to bring on Haris Tabakovic, who plays for Borussia Mönchengladbach, who has scored 3 goals in his last 3 internationals. Ampadu driving forward for Wales, pushes the pass to Williams on the right. Williams thinks about taking Dedic on. Dedic has switched from right back to left back here for Bosnia and Herzegovina. Cullen's ball to Wilson. Wilson hits the drive and it swerves over the crossbar. Looked like it was veering towards that top corner, just that little bit too high.
Oh, it was very close, wasn't it? From Wales, they move it across the box extremely well. And when they take their time like that, but do it at pace, and all of a sudden it opens up and Harry Wilson can take a touch. He looks up, he's just left of the D on the edge of the box and hits a swirling left-footed effort just over the crossbar. It was close, but now Bosnia brought on the big striker. 6'5", 3-3. It's going to be a bit of a problem. They need to stop these crosses and set pieces coming into the box.
Yeah, Tabakovic is on. Edin Dzeko is still out there. 40-year-old Edin Dzeko with 72 international goals to his name. 5 goals in this qualification campaign. Wales have kept him quiet so far. Nico Williams still with the energy to go hurtling forward down the right. Harris with the layoff. Johnson with the shot wide. Goalkeeper had it covered low to his right-hand side. Johnson, head in hands, knows he really should have got that on target. Poland have scored, they've got in front. 1-0 down they were against Albania, they now lead 2-1. And Denmark cruising at home against North Macedonia. They lead them by 4 goals to 0. But all of these games kicking off at 7:45 are into the last 15 minutes. So Northern Ireland need a goal in Bergamo. 1-0 down against Italy, Tonali with the goal there. And Republic of Ireland need to hold out against Czechia. They're still leading by 2 goals to 1. And Wales would love the second goal here to make it nice and easy and coast in towards the finish. Get a feeling it might not be like that. Pass down the left-hand side. Great running from Dan James, still going. Gets back there to intercept and knock the ball out for a throw-in. Ale Begovic plays back into midfield. Across it comes here to Nikola Katic, former Rangers defender, on the turn. Harris still chasing for Wales. Basic, one of the substitutes, curls a pass with his left foot into that left-back position. Forward it goes down the touchline to the 18-year-old Ale Begovic. Chips one into the inside left channel. Chased by Demirovic. So they've got Demirovic, Tabakovic and Dzeko on. 3 powerful strikers in the hunt for a crucial equaliser that could send us to extra time tonight. 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Full commentary of England-Uruguay tomorrow night, live from Wembley. Here's Dedic on the right. Johnson got to be careful with the challenge there because Dedic is inside the Wales penalty area. Holds on to it, plays it back to Bayraktarovic. Cross comes in, Dzeko tries to bring it down, turn and shoot. Ball got away from him, Cullen is there. Happy to clear that anywhere for Wales. Chased back here by Katic to the halfway line. Keeping an eye on the stopwatch now. We're into the last 10 minutes of the game. Another goal in Bergamo, Paul Gilmore.
Moise Keane makes it 2-0 to Italy, and you would think that will be them into the playoff final. He brought it down inside the penalty area, turned it onto his left foot and found the bottom corner. He finally beats Pierce Charles. Italy 2, Northern Ireland 0.
Well, if it is Wales-Italy here on Tuesday night, that is going to be some footballing occasion for a place in the World Cup final. Shot comes in from the right, it's over the bar. Darlow goes flying to his left-hand side. But I think he was able to judge that wasn't going to creep in under the crossbar. But he's offered some threat, hasn't he? Ale Begovic over from the left, the 18-year-old.
Yes, that boy's a real talent, can go both ways. Only 18 years old, so he has that freedom to feel like he can do what he wants. But it's a terrific effort, cutting on his right foot just over the bar, but Edin Dzeko in the middle of the box is not happy with him. He's saying just put the ball in the box. When you look at the size of him, Tabakovic and then Demirovic join in as well, you'd think they could get the better of a player, young player like Dylan Lawler. Joe Rosen will even have his work cut out. And that's what Bosnia need to do to get back into. Need to keep hurling the ball in the box as much as possible.
Free kick for Bosnia and Herzegovina in the centre circle. Into the last 10 minutes of the game here in Cardiff. Wales leading through the Dan James goal in the second half. Brennan Johnson miscues a clearance. Falls to Bayraktarovic. Up against De Silva. Shimmies the hips. De Silva's not falling for that. Left-footed pass comes back here to Basic. Central position, 35 yards out. Dan James is able to sprint in and intercept. He's got a long way to run here for Wales, but Mark Harris making ground through the middle. Dan James holds on for now. Up against the defender, shoots low, palmed away by the goalkeeper. Harris couldn't get to the rebound, and Bosnia and Herzegovina will bring it away. What's happening in Prague, Sarah Mulkerins?
So close to a third goal for the Republic of Ireland. A long throw in from Jake O'Brien. Troy Parrott was there, centre a goal, almost got it, but it was out for a corner. Czech Republic 1, Republic of Ireland 2.
Sorba Thomas is waiting to come on for Wales. 8 minutes plus added time remaining. World Cup playoff semi-final. Wales trying to get the first part of the job done, and it looks like Italy will be the visitors here because they are 2-0 up on Northern Ireland. Will be the visitors here on Tuesday night. Dedic bringing the ball across field from right to left. Ale Begovic again, edge of the Welsh penalty area, plays it to his left. Cross comes in. Darlow didn't know much about that. It hit his left hand. It goes behind for a corner to Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Yeah, pressure building for Wales. Good switch of play down the left-hand side, right in front of their supporters, who are really up for the fight now. They flashed the ball across the front, and it was difficult for Darlow. His body's moving across him. He chucks the left arm at it, right for a corner. And now Wales are going to have to be very strong here.
Wales 1, Bosnia and Herzegovina 0. Wales having only previously qualified for 2 World Cups. Corner comes in towards the near post. That's not good enough. It's gone straight behind, surely, for the goal kick. What a waste from the visitors. Wales still leading by a goal to 0. They will take that all day long. 7 minutes plus added time remaining. Looks like Northern Ireland's dream could be over. They're 2-0 down away to Italy. Republic of Ireland 2-1 up away to Czechia. And Dan James gets a standing ovation here from the Welsh fans as he's about to be replaced by Sorba Thomas. If I can, I'll just get more thoughts from Tom Lockyer. The front four, again, Tom, brilliant against North Macedonia, but the likes of Brooks and James, and of course Harry Wilson, Brennan Johnson have done the business again tonight, haven't they, so far?
Yeah, so far. You have to give credit to Bosnia here. I think they've caused quite a few different problems now with the 2 big men coming on up front. It's narrowed the back four right off, so both fullbacks are playing a lot more narrow now, which gives the Bosnia wingers a lot more opportunity to get crosses in the box. But it feels like we've been hanging on a little bit for the last 5-10 minutes, and you know, you'd watch the game now without looking at the time, thinking this was the last extra time, say, but there's still a long way to go here, and Wales need to try and get some pressure on the ball.
Yeah, nails being bitten to the quick still. Dan James' goal has Wales in front. 6 minutes plus added time remaining. Those are the thoughts of Tom Lockyer. Former Welsh international Dave Edwards here with us too. Long ball, thump forward, diagonally away to the right. Bayrak-Terovic brings that down well. Little pass into the penalty area, cut back, and the pull back into the penalty area is behind the three big strikers, all waiting in the middle for the perfect ball. It didn't come that time, but they are looking more threatening.
They are, and I just wonder if Craig Bellamy, I know he's liked to play with a back four, but at this stage of the game, is it worth maybe bringing on another body in midfield and dropping Ethan Ampadu back into a back three? Not just because there's more height to go and head the ball, but also, like Tom Lockyer said, just to allow our full-backs to get out a little bit wider and put some pressure, because the ball is coming into the box a little bit too easy at the moment.
Going to be some tired legs for Wales out there as well. There's been a real pace, passion, intensity to this performance. Williams jumps, wins a header, nodded to the left-hand side, collected by Demirovic. It was his header that was so brilliantly saved by Carl Darlow to maintain Wales' 1-0 lead. Demirovic down to the byline, gets the cross in. Cullen sort of scuffs it away with his right boot, goes behind for another corner. Nervous moments these in the Cardiff City Stadium at the moment. And of course, if they get across the line tonight, we've got to do it all again on Tuesday night. That looks like it's going to be against Italy, who just can't countenance the Italians not making the World Cup finals for a third tournament in a row. So much pressure on them. Wales leading 1-0 here. Corner comes in, better delivery, headed in! Edin Dzeko, would you believe it, delivers for Bosnia and Herzegovina in the 86th minute of the game. He goes racing over to the away fans to celebrate, hurdles the hoardings, stands tall on those hoardings and thumps his chest. And Wales have got to do it all again. Late in the game, they've been pegged back. Wales won, Bosnia and Herzegovina won.
Heartbreak for Wales, but it's been coming. Bosnia have been terrific since the Wales goal, putting more and more pressure on, and we always said the danger is going to be balls into the box, set pieces. They gave away the corner a little bit too easily. It was Liam Cullen who scuffed the ball out for the corner, but then it comes in, and the 18-year-old with a better delivery from that left-hand side, and Edin Dzeko, who's just too big for the Welsh defence. Carl Darlow gets lost underneath it a little bit, but the strength of Dzeko and the guided header. In Bosnia, you have to say for the last 15 or 20 minutes have deserved that. It's sent the away end into absolute raptures. Now Wales are the team who look more tired, and they're going to have to find something from somewhere to try and push and get this second goal.
Thoughts from Tom Lockyer too here as well. Real test for Wales, real test for Craig Bellamy. I saw him immediately there, Tom, going to the edge of the pitch and almost saying, come on, let's just keep doing what we were doing.
Yeah, but they need to do something else, because for the last 15 minutes it's been all Bosnia. But I have to say, on that corner there, Bosnia had a poor one the one before, but they put it right on the money there. But you cannot give a man of Edin Dzeko's stature and guile in the box that freedom that he had there. There was no one laying a glove on him, and he does what he's done all his whole career. De
Silva tries to bring it forward for Wales. Goal in Prague, Sarah Mulkerins.
Hammer blow for the Republic of Ireland, because it's Czech Republic 2, Republic of Ireland 2 from a corner. It found the back of the head of Ladislav Krejci, fired it into the back of the net. It's all square here. Czech Republic 2, Republic of Ireland 2.
One leg playoff games tonight, winner takes all, extra time and penalties if required, so they could be going to extra time in Prague, they could be going to extra time here. You'll hear it, of course, here in full, 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Wales, though, got a job on their hands now. De Silva does well with Thomas, battles for the ball in the left back position. Wales have given it away. Dedic runs onto it, got support here from Bayrak-Terovic. Plays it back to the goal scorer Dzeko. Left-footed cross comes in, drops dangerously. Demirovic stuck out a right leg, didn't make contact, and it skids behind for the goal kick to Wales. Dave Edwards.
Oh, what a ball from Edin Dzeko. He's out on the right-hand side, just moves it onto his left foot, in swinging cross towards the far post. Dylan Lawler can't defend it, it's above him. Joe Rodon doesn't want to touch it because he's heading back towards his own goal. And Demirovic, any sort of contact, and Wales are in all sorts of trouble. Fortunately for Wales, though, he misses it and it goes out for that goal kick.
Wales continue to play out. I think they've given the ball away here inside their own half. No, they've rescued it. Johnson is back there, and this time he just smashes it forward with his right foot. 89th minute of the game. Wales 1, Bosnia and Herzegovina 1. The Carl Darlow save absolutely crucial. Beaten by the Dzeko header, though. A 73rd international goal for Edin Dzeko in this game, and he won't have scored too many more important ones than that. Bosnia and Herzegovina still dreaming of a place at the World Cup this summer. Italy 2, Northern Ireland 0. Latest in Bergamo. 1-1 here. Vasilia, the goalkeeper, clears long downfield, awkward for Rodon, gets underneath it, flick forward to Dzeko. Darlow's off his line quickly, dives forward, but the ball was beyond Dzeko anyway, and Darlow rolls it out to his left. 90th minute of the game. Wales fans urging their team on. 2 years ago to this very day against Poland, it went to extra time and penalties. I'm not sure the Nerves will take that again tonight. Here's Brennan Johnson on the right-hand side, looking for that cross to Harris. The ball is behind Harris. And Bosnia and Herzegovina, with Muharremov, are able to clear it away. And we've got 5 minutes of added time left in this game, and then it'll be extra time. Nico Williams dummies the cross with his right foot, takes it on the outside again, and he's won Wales a corner. Defender turned his back. That was Burnich, and Wales have the corner, 1-1.
Yeah, a lot better from Wales. They passed out from the backs. Ethan Ampadu then finds Harry Wilson a little bit of space. He managed to get on the half turn. If Wales are going to get something, they're going to get that next goal, and it's going to be Harry Wilson's going to be involved, because he lifts a lovely ball over to Brennan Johnson on the right wing, puts the ball into the box, and Mark Harrison made a run to the front post, went behind him, but they kept the attack alive well, and now they have a corner.
Harry Wilson waits to take the corner. Away to our left, high swinging one towards the far post. Ampadu heads it back across goal, nearly fell to Thomas. The shot is wide on the half volley, well wide of the target from Liam Cullen. Couldn't get much control on the shot, just threw his left foot at the ball, loads of bodies in the way. So that opportunity goes begging for now. In added time, heading towards extra time.
That's a big chance, that was. Swang to the back post from Harry Wilson. Joe Rohn heads it back into a dangerous area. It falls to Liam Cullen. He's only 7 or 8 yards out, on his left foot as well. But he never really has full balance, and he kind of lunges at the ball and it goes wide, but really should be able to hit the target from that position.
So we are 3.5 minutes away from extra time. It may well be the Czech Republic of Ireland will go to extra time too. Denmark 4, North Macedonia 0 is a result. Denmark will be away to the winners of Czechia against the Republic of Ireland. Poland leading Albania 2-1. Italy 2-0 up on Northern Ireland. Ukraine have got a goal back at home, but probably too late against Sweden. They trail Sweden 3-1. And Kosovo, what a result that will be for them. Away to Slovakia. They're winning by 4-2. Ball is thumped forward by Muharremov with his left foot. All the way downfield and behind for the goal kick to Wales. They've got 3 minutes here of added time to try and find themselves a goal. They will play out from the goal kick, as they always do. Dzeko comes chasing across towards the left-back position. Lawler clears with his left foot. Katic really wanted to win that header. Dzeko looking for the flick on. Lawler gets his body in the way. De Silva twists his way out of trouble and then fires the ball with his left foot down the left-hand touchline. Thomas was chasing after it, but it actually went out for a throw in the early path of its flight to Bosnia and Herzegovina. So Wales may well have to steel themselves and their fans here for extra time at the Cardiff City Stadium. Muharremov, high, long diagonal to Bayraktarovic. First touch just showed too much to De Silva. Passes here to Thomas. Being fouled, being rugby tackled there by Bayraktarovic. Thomas picks himself up. Wilson's in plenty of space to receive that free kick. And Wilson goes striding forward. Can he be the hero for Wales? No, he's overrun that. Tumbles forward, not going to get the free kick there. Ball is loose, halfway line. Rodon steps in, nods it down here to Nico Williams. Williams looks up, cross comes in over the head of Harris, headed away to the edge of the penalty area. De Silva closes in to try and get there for Wales. Complete miscue there by Bayraktarovic. Drops on the edge of the box. Johnson looking for the 1-2 with Wilson, but Johnson couldn't find his teammate, and this game has got wildly open in the closing minutes of added time. That is absolutely fabulous dribbling from Ale Begovic, and Wales in trouble here on the back foot. Bosnia and Herzegovina coming forward, cross comes in, De Silva volleys it away, and for now the danger is averted. But the 18-year-old Ale Begovic is causing them all sorts of problems, and Bosnia and Herzegovina come again. Dzeko wants it on that left foot, wide on the right. Thomas knew he was going there and has managed to block that cross. One of the Bosnia players is now down flat on his back. I think he's feeling a little bit of cramp, and the referee's going to blow his whistle and stop the game. He doesn't really need to do that. I mean, we're right at the end of added time here, just over a minute to play, and it remains 1-1. Looks like we're heading to extra time. The full-time whistle has blown in Bergamo. Paul Gilmore.
It has finished Italy 2, Northern Ireland 0. Second half goals from Sandro Tonali and Moise Keane, ending the visitors' World Cup dream for large parts of the game. Michael O'Neill's side defensively disciplined and hard working, but class told in the end. Italy 2, Northern Ireland 0.
Thank you, Paul. So Italy will meet the winners of this game tonight. That will either be Wales here in Cardiff or Bosnia and Herzegovina if they can come through. The late Dzeko header in the 86th minute has made all of this very uncertain. Ale Begovic was the player hurt and down, so it wasn't cramp, he took a knock. Players about to get back underway. And Craig Bellamy, just see there with his hands in his pockets at the moment, just pondering, because the message that he delivers in a minute to his players if they head into extra time is going to be absolutely vital. More defending for Wales to do very late in this game. Dedic takes a touch on the right, tries to take it round Thomas. Bajraktarovic plays it back here to Ale Begovic. Runs away from Harris, feeds it back to Katic, cross into the Wales area, dealt with by Williams on the half volley. That goes up in the air. We've played the 5 minutes of added time, so this is additional now, added by the referee at his discretion here. The ball has fallen to Thomas, and Thomas is happy just to give it the old up and under. It drops inside the Bosnia and Herzegovina half. Wilson puts Dedic under real pressure there. Dedic with his right foot gets it back here to Katic. Katic at walking pace inside his own half, goes long one last time up towards Tabakovic, who nods it into the Wales area. Williams hooks it away. Danger here, right-footed drive from Demirovic. Another shot comes across the face of the Wales goal, well off target, and behind for the goal kick if we've got time for that. I don't think we do. That is the full-time whistle. Wales were 4 minutes away plus added time from a place in the playoff final against Italy for a place in the World Cup, but the Edin Dzeko header has undone them, and now they've got to find something a little bit extra, Dave Edwards. But credit to Bosnia and Herzegovina, who really came on strong in the latter stages of that game.
Yeah, this is a huge couple of minutes of Craig Bellamy, probably his most important since he's been in charge of Wales. What message is he going to get across to his players, because they really lost their way at the back end of that second half. It became chaotic, like he didn't want. Bosnia were the team in the ascendancy, and Wales could never really get a grip of it. They had a couple of chances at 1-0 to go and take the game away from them, but Bosnia towards the end looked like they were the team that could go on and win it. So he's going to have to get into the players' heads now, remain calm, go back to trying to pass the ball. Doesn't need to bring on more fresh legs. Big decisions for the manager to make.
Yeah, we said it was going to be one of those nights, Delith. It is going to be a nerve jangler.
Here we go again, I think is the phrase. Wales 1, Bosnia and Herzegovina 1. Extra time we'll have in the next few minutes. Wales players in a huddle and their coaching team around them as they take on fluids, and Craig Bellamy goes through the plans for extra time. Bosnia's squad and team are also in discussions as well, just below us. Tom Lockyer watching on. I mean, I suppose it's a case really of Wales will be ruining those missed chances.
Yeah, they will, but you have to give full credit to Bosnia. They have been by far and away the better side this second half after the goal, and it was almost a case of they started going into the two front men and Wales couldn't deal with it, and they almost got their tails up and went, all right then, if this is how we're going to have to win the game, this is what we're going to have to do. So they rolled their sleeves up, they've gone direct, and I've not seen as many balls bounce in a Wales half from a direct ball in all my time watching Wales. They have not been able to deal with direct ball into the front men at all, and what it has done, it's narrowed up the players around them, and it's allowed the wingers to get extra space to get crosses into the big men as well. And if I'm being honest, I think we're really lucky to still be in this game.
Many of the fans inside the stadium have stretched their legs, gone for a quick toilet break and a breather. So extra time to come here in Cardiff, extra time too in Prague, Sarah Mulkerrins.
Indeed, the Republic of Ireland were 2-1 up at the break and 4 minutes away from going through to Tuesday's playoff. However, it has ended Czech Republic 2, Republic of Ireland 2. Ireland went ahead through a Troy Parrott penalty and then an own goal from Mateusz Horvath. The hosts also scored from the spot in the first half through Patrick Schick. The hosts, they offered much more after the break. They pressed Ireland relentlessly. They did resist well until late on. That corner whipped in, finding the head of Ladislav Krejci. That levelled the tie. So 2-2 after normal time, extra time and possible penalties to see which of these two teams will face Denmark on Tuesday. Czech Republic 2, Republic of Ireland 2.
Northern Irish hearts broken in Italy this evening, Paul Gilmore.
Yes, those 2 second-half goals from Sandro Tonali and Moise Keane ending Northern Ireland's World Cup dream. And I mentioned earlier, for large parts of this game, Michael O'Neill's side were defensively disciplined, they were hard-working, but ultimately they struggled to create that decisive moment that would have sent the 1,300 travelling supporters wild. Tonali, who of course missed the Tyne-Wear derby with injury on Sunday, stepped up when Gennaro Gattuso and his country needed him most. His was the key breakthrough, his class shone through in that moment. Gattuso challenged his players to step up in terms of winning second balls and having the competitive streak to match Northern Ireland's enthusiasm. Well, they did that. As a result, the game wasn't pretty, but crucially for the team that has failed to qualify for the last 2 tournaments, it's job done.
And 40 years is a long time. The wait goes on to be at a World Cup, Northern Ireland. Presumably they can be proud of their performance though, Paul. Where will they go from here?
Yeah, they can be extremely proud of the performance. They fielded 9 players playing in the Championship in the starting 11 tonight. They were missing Conor Bradley and Daniel Ballard. And all things considered, up against the resources of Italy and the players and where they're playing, it was a brave effort. And that just before that Tonali moment, Terry Devlin just gave the ball away. He tried to play a back pass to Pierce Charles. It hit one of his own teammates and allowed Italy in on goal. And from that moment, just that couple of minutes, Northern Ireland looked like they didn't recover. And that was in that period of the game. Tonali stepped up to strike the ball really well from just outside the area, low under the goalkeeper. So for Northern Ireland, well, questions now will be asked about Michael O'Neill's situation. Of course, what will happen as he continues in the Blackburn Rovers job? Everybody will be hoping that he keeps going on to the Euros, and that all remains to be seen.
Paul, thank you. Paul Gilmore out in Bergamo. Commiserations to Northern Ireland, but a huge 30 minutes coming up for Wales. Alistair Bruce Ball.
Yeah, extra time. Well, extra time had got underway, but the referee's blown his whistle and said we're not ready to start the 30 minutes of additional time just yet. Wales 1, Bosnia and Herzegovina 1. Just locked eyes with a Welsh fan sitting in the row just in front of us, in front of our commentary position here, and I think his face just summed it all up, because he just puffed out his cheeks, blew out the air, and then actually just managed to force a laugh. And that's clearly nervous laughter. So hard as a fan of any team, but the Welsh fans it is who surround us, and it's their team who led 1-0 into the closing stages of this game. But Edin Dzeko with his 73rd international goal has made it nervy. Demirovic with his left foot hooks the ball across the penalty area, and that is a slice on the half volley there from Bayraktarovic. And the first chance of extra time has very clearly gone to Bosnia and Herzegovina, and Wales looked all over the place at the back there.
They did, very disjointed. Big chance actually for Bosnia. They seem to have a lot of space inside the box, and it finds its way to Bayraktarovic. He's on his weaker right foot, and he just kind of slashes at the ball a little bit and goes high and wide, but he's only 15 or 16 yards out, and Wales got away with one there. And they need to start trying to retain possession better in the first half of this extra time, because they really lost their way at the back end of that first half. So remain composed, try and keep their energy as much as possible. It's always harder when you're chasing it, and that's what they were doing.
So Czechia, Republic of Ireland into extra time. Winners of that one will be at home to Denmark in a World Cup playoff final, and the winners of this one will be at home to Italy, who've beaten Northern Ireland by 2-0. Tonight's game on BBC Two. Full commentary here on 5 Live and BBC Sound. Staying with you right through until the end. All the reaction and analysis in the Football Daily podcast on the BBC Sounds app tomorrow. Full commentary tomorrow night live from Wembley of England against Uruguay. Long ball downfield from Darlow, and Thomas has just got underneath Amar Dedic there, and Dedic has taken a tumble, and so that will be a free kick to Bosnia and Herzegovina. So 28 minutes of football still to be played, but Wales fans will obviously remember those penalties from 2 years ago against Poland in the playoff final to try and make it to Euro 2024. Ben Davies, Harry Wilson, Kiefer Moore, Nico Williams all scoring theirs, and then Wojciech Szczesny saving from Dan James, which meant that Poland went to the finals and Wales had to deal with the heartbreak. Rodon heads the ball away, Cullen on the turn, gets it forward. It comes back with interest. Lawler is really wrestling there with Demirovic. Breaks nicely for Wales. Here's Sorba Thomas. Plays it into midfield. Forward it goes towards Harris. Couldn't quite get that pass away. Katic makes the challenge. Wales still have it with De Silva. And it goes out to the left to Stokes Sorba Thomas again. Ampadu looking masterful in midfield as ever. Driving run and finds Thomas. Thomas brings the ball across field. Straight pass down the inside left channel. Behind Cullen, behind Harris. Harris gives chase. Cleared by Dedic with his right foot. De Silva is there for Wales. Looks like Ampadu's really trying to take control of matters from central midfield here for the home team. He's fed Thomas again. Thomas on the left. Crosses deflected. Katic stretches out a long leg. Blocks it with his right foot. Hooked away up towards Demirovic. Here's Tabakovic, giant striker in the white shirt of Bosnia and Herzegovina. De Silva sticks to his task well. Wales have won it back. Cullen passes back to Ampadu. Out to the left it goes. Sorba Thomas invited to run at Dedic again. Johnson's got his hand up at the far post. Oh, Harris, what a low! Harry Wilson! Oh, the shot is blocked, brilliantly headed away by Muharemovic in front of his goalkeeper, so his goalkeeper didn't have to make the save. Wilson went for placement from close range there, and the defender was alert to head it away. Dave Edwards.
Oh, what a huge chance for Wales, and it dropped to the man you wanted to, Harry Wilson. They've built well down the left-hand side, Wales. Sorba Thomas cuts on his right foot, delivers a ball into the box, and delicious touch from Mark Harris. Little Cruyff turn right on the 6-yard box just to set Harry Wilson. He's by the penalty spot, takes a touch onto his left foot, centre of the goal, and just maybe takes too much time, tries to bend it in the far corner. Muharemovic does really well to get a header on the ball.
I just saw a little low five there between Harry Wilson and Mark Harris, and I think that was Wilson saying to Harris, what a touch that was, by the way, to tee him up. That really was. Not only the awareness that Wilson was there, but that cross was coming in low and fast and beautifully killed by Harris. As Dave says, almost like a Cruyff turn, but back into the path of Wilson, who couldn't quite find the back of the net. But that will give Wales a little bit of encouragement. This could go any way now this evening. Wales won, Bosnia and Herzegovina won. Winners at home to Italy on Tuesday night to play for a place in the World Cup this summer. We're waiting for the game to get back underway. That is because Dedic was down with an injury. So he's slowly making his way to the edge of the pitch. Referee Istvan Kovacs is giving him the hurry up. And we're ready for the game to get back underway. No, not just yet. Kovacs jogging back towards goalkeeper Karl Darlow. Let's check in Prague then. Check here against the Republic of Ireland. Also in extra time, Sarah Mulkerrins.
Yes, also in extra time. 2-2 between these two sides. Heimir Hallgrimsson is just going to make a couple of substitutions. Adamida is one of those coming on, and Jimmy Dunn. So off the pitch goes the talisman, Seamus Coleman, urging his teammates on. They had a moment of opportunity just a minute or two ago. Agbene with a good run down the right-hand side. Pulled the ball in, couldn't do anything with it. 2-2.
Thomas's cross into the penalty area for Wales, headed away for now. Ampadu steps in to try and win it. Bajrak Taravic with a clearance away to the right. Dedic knocks it forward. Tabakovic was lurking behind Rodon. Rodon wins the header. Here's Ampadu. Johnson's not going to get to that one first, but back it comes to Nico Williams. Williams turns inside his own half and plays the ball back to Rodon. So Czechia 2, Republic of Ireland 2, also in extra time. Winners of that tie at home to Denmark in the playoff finals on Tuesday night. Sorba Thomas getting more and more involved, running again from left to right. What a pass that is into the path of Brennan Johnson. Johnson slides it into Harry Wilson. Wilson tries to tee up the shot. That's blocked. The ball is loose inside the Bosnia penalty area. Muharemovic happy to hook it away. Rodon is there to collect it for Wales. Pass comes out to Nico Williams. Williams brings it in field. Back to Rodon, midway inside the Bosnia and Herzegovina half. And then Rodon across to Ampadu. Ampadu assessing his options. Ball at his feet, head up all the time. Into the feet of Harris. Looks to get it back to Ampadu. Couldn't do so. Cleared away high to the halfway line. Rodon nods it to his left. Dylan Lawler is there. Red Sox roll down. Slides a nice pass to Thomas. Thomas is the man they're looking for at the moment. He's got the pace to try and take on Dedic. Dedic this time does his job, holds him off and lets the ball go behind for the goal kick. But better from Wales, Dave Edwards.
Yeah, good spell of possession, sustained pressure as well. Just need to stay patient. Sorba Thomas had a few brilliant runs down that left-hand side. On that occasion, he's up against Dedic, who's equally as quick. Tries to knock it past him and it's shielded out. But if Wales can keep the ball in and around that Bosnia box, you know they have the quality to just unlock it with a pass. Harry Wilson's finding better areas. He'll be disappointed. He's had 2 moments in this first half extra time. One he should definitely do better with, the first chance, and then he's had one on the edge of the box. His touch just got away from him, but this is a lot better from Wales. A lot more controls in the way they're playing.
Yeah, everyone looking for Harry Wilson to be the next Gareth Bale, but now defending to do. Tabakovic forward into the box. Demirovic shoots into the side netting. Darlow got his angles right there, wasn't tested. 2 players now down behind the dead ball line. Demirovic is one of them for Bosnia and Herzegovina. Rodon was back there trying to make the challenge for Wales as well. Time ticking away fast in this first period of extra time. 5 Live and BBC Sounds, 8 minutes gone of the first 15 of extra time, and it's still Wales 1, Bosnia and Herzegovina 1. Dan James opening the scoring for Wales. Dzeko with the headed equaliser from the corner. A foul this time on Cullen. Free kick for Wales, just inside the Bosnian half. Dylan Lawler is told by Ampadu to leave it. Lawler trots back into his own half. Ampadu then plays the free kick to him. Lawler across to Rodon here. Rodon back to Darlow. First time passing from Wales is neat and tidy inside their own half. Rodon was about to release that to Nico Williams on the right. Looks for the longer ball now, for the running behind from Johnson, trying to get past Burnic. Mihajlovic on the turn, clears away with his left foot. Rodon chases it back, but Darlow's got it covered for Wales. Bosnia and Herzegovina, for now, just happy to conserve a bit of energy and sit. And they've still got those 2 big men up top in Tabakovic and Demirovic. Dzeko no longer on the field, so won't be there to take a penalty for Bosnia and Herzegovina in the shootout if it comes to that. Ampadu on the ball inside his own half, whips it out to the left-hand side to Thomas, chests it down, players waiting in the middle. Thomas delays for now, just hops back on his left foot, controlling the ball with the studs of his right. Feeds it to De Silva, back to Thomas. Now the cross comes in. Katic is able to stoop and head it away. Falls at the feet of De Silva. De Silva's pass to Thomas again. Back onto the right foot. Uses De Silva this time just behind him. Wales are going to change the angle of attack here. Rodon receives it in the centre circle. Wilson comes a little bit deeper. He hits the diagonal out towards Thomas, down by the dead ball line. Keeps it in play, controls the spinning ball with his right boot. One touch, then the cross comes in. Little flick from Johnson on the back heel. Beyond Harry Wilson, beyond the far post. And behind for the goal kick to Bosnia and Herzegovina.
This is more like the Wales in the first half. Very dominant in possession, not rushing things. That's really important. Sorba Thomas is an excellent crosser of the ball. We see that at Stoke week in, week out. He did put a cross in from quite a deep area where Wales don't really have the bodies to go and attack it, but on this occasion Wales work it across the pitch 2 or 3 times, then find Thomas in a better area near the byline. Ball into the front post. Brennan Johnson, clever run across that front post, gets a flick on it, but just a little bit too much as it goes away for a goal kick past that far post. But much better from Wales. 5
minutes left in this first period of extra time. Tabakovic jumps, then wrestles with Ampadu. Both players fall to the ground. Free kick for Wales. Ampadu grabs the ball, puts it on the floor, takes it quickly, and De Silva finds Sorba Thomas again. Thomas goes speeding away into the Bosnian half, and again drills that crossfield pass, looking for Brennan Johnson on the right, headed away. Ampadu nods it forward just over the head of Harry Wilson. Burnic from left back clears. It's Hull's Amir Hadzimetovic who is now on the field in place of Edin Dzeko, who's done his bit for Bosnia and Herzegovina tonight by scoring the equaliser. And now danger for Wales. Ale Begovic, the 18-year-old, bringing the ball forward. Little touch here to Tabakovic, lays it on to Demirovic, trying to tee himself up on the edge of the box. Brave block on the shot there, still loose on the edge of the Wales penalty area. Ampadu steps in, takes control for Wales, passes it back to De Silva, and De Silva whacks it forward with his left foot towards the halfway line. End to end at the moment, still 1-1.
Yeah, Wales playing themselves into trouble there. Joe Rodon, they do so well when they play the ball around the outside of Bosnia, but he tries a reverse ball right through the heart of them. And it's such a hard ball because Bosnia are waiting for those moments to try and nick it, and they nearly get a counter-attack. They get a shot on goal, which is well blocked, but Wales just need to be patient. Like Craig Bellamy keeps telling them, Joe Rodon doesn't need to rush things there and try and punch it through the middle of the pitch. Keep giving it to your outside players and try and work it from there.
Those are the thoughts of Dave Edwards, who won 43 caps for Wales and went with them to Euro 2016, the team that reached the semi-finals of that tournament. This year playing for a place at the World Cup in America. 1-1 in the playoff semi-final. Extra time. Rodon back to his goalkeeper, Darlow. Italy waiting for the winners of this one. Wales will be at home for that game if they make it through tonight. Darlow clips it out to the left. Thomas leaps in the air, flicks the header on. Harris will chase. Dedic is there first, passes it back to Katic. And the Wales fans recognise the players out there need them right now. So you can hear that lovely rumble of song building in the background as Johnson goes on a speedy dribble, runs into a couple of white-shirted defenders. Burnich tries to play it out from left-back. Johnson blocks, and it goes out for the throw-in to Wales. 2 minutes left in the first half of extra time. Still Czechia 2, Republic of Ireland 2 in Prague. Wales 1, Bosnia and Herzegovina 1 here. Jenis Burnich at left-back now with the throw. Down the line, Tabakovic is an absolute unit, jumps for that but heads it straight out of play. Wales take the throw, Rodon onto the instep of Ampadu. Ampadu plays across the face of his own penalty area here to Lawler. Cheeky little back heel from the 20-year-old. Nice pass to Ampadu, and Wales slowly bring it up towards the halfway line. Can they fashion a chance before half-time in extra time? Johnson looking to get away down the right, clips the ball with the toe of his boot. Burnich steps in, scoops a clearance down the left-hand touchline. Williams heads it in field, falls to Harry Wilson. Didn't quite run as he wanted it to take him away from Hadzimetovic, but Wilson's here again, and Hadzimetovic is close by to block that attempted cross in towards the far post. Last minute of the first half of extra time. Penalties looming again here in Cardiff. Wilson, left-footed low ball across to Lawler. Lawler to De Silva, closed down quickly by Bayraktarovic. Now Thomas. Thomas picks up the pace, zips in field. Back here to De Silva. Thomas again, right-footed cross, in it comes. Harris jumps for it. Header is flicked across the face of goal. Plenty of time here for Ale Begovic in his blue boots to get there. One touch and then smashes it forward with his right foot. Rodon, arms pumping as he chases back as hard as he can, chased by Tabakovic. Back to Darlow, quickly forward to Ampadu. Closing stages of this first half of extra time on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. 1-1, Wales, Bosnia and Herzegovina. Ampadu, still the energy to drive forward. Finds Williams. Williams cross in. Harris tries to get the touch at the near post. Cleared. Ampadu shoots with his right foot. Big deflection, and behind it goes for a corner to Wales. There'll be time for that.
Ampadu's been monstrous in this first half of extra time. He's been the one trying to grab the game by the scruff of the neck, just with powerful running, but getting on the ball in tight areas, making Wales tick, and then he just saw a moment where he could drive forward with it, gets it wide, good cross into the box, well defended from Katic at the front post, and Ampadu lets a shot go, deflected over the bar for a corner.
Right at the end of the first half of extra time, Harry Wilson into that near post, headed away by Dedic. 1 minute of added time at the end of this first period of extra time. Wilson and Thomas exchange passes. Thomas whips the cross in, headed up in the air, dropping just outside the Bosnian penalty area. De Silva jumps a couple of times, the ball falls to him nicely. The Coventry full-back running forward and then tackled on the edge of the box. And Hadzimetovic looks to bring it away. Ampadu is there again. Colossal performance now in extra time from the Leeds United midfielder. Wins the tackle, demands the ball back, looks for options, doesn't have time to play the pass because we have played the first 15 minutes of extra time, Delith, and it remains Wales 1, Bosnia and Herzegovina 1. So while you talk, I'm going to start drawing up the old penalty grid.
You get your pencil sharpened, Alistair. We may well need it. It may well be looking like we're going to penalties here in Cardiff. The half-time of extra time whistle has gone in Prague as well, Sarah Mulkerins.
I am also drawing out my grid, Delith, because it is 2-2 between Czech Republic and Republic of Ireland. The hosts, though, have had the better of that first period of extra time. Thomas Souček, he skied an effort over the bar from 6 yards out. Patrick Schick had a really dangerous volley. There were claims of handball there. It went to a VAR check. Jason Malumbi, though, breathing a sigh of relief as that was not given. Up the other end, Adam Ida on as a substitute. He broke through. Harach got to him, though, to clear the danger. So at the break of extra time, it is still 2-2.
Denmark lie in wait then for the winner of Czech Republic Ireland. They got an emphatic win at home over North Macedonia 4-0. We know the winner of Wales-Bosnia will face Italy, and it will be a home match, be it Wales or Bosnia. Other results this evening: Turkey beat Romania by a goal to nil. Poland beat Albania 2-1. Quite a result for Kosovo, winning 3-4 away at Slovakia, and it finished Ukraine 1, Sweden 3. Arsenal's Viktor Gyökeres with a hat-trick there. The Wales and Bosnia and Herzegovina players still in huddles as they try and figure out a plan for the next 15 minutes, because there's no denying it's a huge one now, Dave Edwards, because as Ali was saying, it could be penalties and no one really wants that.
No, we certainly don't, but both players are putting some heroic efforts. You can see them lay out flat on the floor, getting treatment off medical staff, getting their calves rubbed, cramping up. Ethan Ampadu is one of those players. We spoke about his performance so far. Real leader's performance from him in the heart of that midfield, doing everything you want from your captain and from a holding midfielder. But no team really deserves to lose, do they? It's been a great effort from both teams. Both showed why they are such good teams, varied styles of play, but both very, very effective.
And Craig Bellamy said in his press conference yesterday that he and Wales have fully prepared. He will have left no stone unturned, Alistair Bruce-Ball.
No, they'll be ready if those penalties come, but first 15 more minutes of football and trying to find a way through. Both teams will be looking to do that. Wales kick us off, playing from right to left. 15 minutes of the game left. If they're still level after that, Wales 1, Bosnia and Herzegovina 1, then it will be a penalty shootout to decide who plays at home against Italy for a place in the World Cup on Tuesday night. Lawler was tired there, stretching to control the pass from Darlow. Demirovic flicks it from the right wing into the Welsh penalty area. Didn't go to anyone in particular, just straight back to Carl Darlow, and he bowls it out underarm to Rodon. So who can produce the moment of magic potentially? Ampadu has really picked it up. I mean, been good throughout the game, but really has taken it on his shoulders in extra time. And of course they'll look to Harry Wilson for that Gareth Bale effect, if you like. Thomas, though, might be able to provide something from the left-hand side. Taking defenders on, cross into the penalty area, headed away. Dedic controls, falls to the ground as he clears with his right foot. Williams is there for Wales, prods it back here to Rodon, just inside his own half, and he decides to turn and come back to his goalkeeper, Carl Darlow. And we have Amar Dedic down at the moment. The Wales fans, you can hear their frustration at this, because they probably now feel that Bosnia and Herzegovina are playing for penalties. Sorba Thomas has come over to have a word with the fourth official, and Dedic seems to have a bit of cramp.
Yeah, I don't think he's putting that on. He's done a lot of running this game, Dedic, up and down that right-hand side. There's quite obviously some cramp that he's got. It does stem Wales' momentum. They started the second half well again, keeping the ball, making Bosnia work as much as possible. It just buys him a few seconds. But what I'd be saying now to Sorba Thomas is keep getting at Dedic, because that'll keep going. That'll be hard to run off this late into a game.
Bosnia and Herzegovina are going to make another change here in this second period of extra time. Armin Gigovic is waiting to come on. He wears the number 8 for Bosnia and Herzegovina. Plays for Young Boys Switzerland, still receiving instructions, not going to make the change just yet. Dedic freshening himself up. So Bosnia just 10 players out on the pitch at the moment, and Wales have the ball and they're coming at them. Ampadu runs into space, flicks it round the corner to Cullen. Back it comes to De Silva. De Silva with a measured pass to his left, finds Thomas. Thomas is crossing from the left-hand side, flipped on by Wilson towards Johnson at the far post beyond him, and it bounces behind for the goal kick to Bosnia and Herzegovina. 13 minutes, 12 and a half minutes away from penalties to decide this one. Edin Dzeko is doing what Cristiano Ronaldo so famously did at Euro 2016. Remember when he wasn't able to play in the final? He was out there basically managing the team and coaching and passing on all his experience, and just couldn't stop himself from being involved in the action. Gigovic is still waiting to come on. Ampadu leaps, the header is flicked backwards towards his own penalty area. Darlow flicks it up into his hands, rolls it out to Rodon. Rodon across here to Lawler. Lawler to De Silva, right under our noses in our commentary position here, up towards Harris. Good touch from Harris, laid off to Thomas. Thomas's pass is blocked, and now little nod down from Tabakovic to Demirovic here for Bosnia and Herzegovina. Bayraktarovic continues to make the run down the right. Lawler's breathing down his neck. Bayraktarovic holds him off. Back to Basic. Basic to Katic, who receives the pass in the centre circle. Harris is chasing for Wales. Flicked away from him by Muharemovic. And then Katic turns and comes back to his goalkeeper, Vasilia. 4 minutes of this second period of extra time gone. Still Czechia 2, Republic of Ireland 2. Long ball downfield. De Silva's got to deal with it. That is composure under pressure. Brilliantly controlled on his left boot. Great touch from Thomas. Gets away there from Dedic. Finds Wilson. Wilson looking for the run of Thomas. Pass was intercepted. Still might be alive here for Wales. Cullen trying to break through. Falls over. No foul though. And then Katic flips the ball away because he claims Dedic is down hurt again. He thinks Cullen has kicked him. Wales complain about time wasting. The ball has gone out for a Wales throw, and they're not going to throw that back to Bosnia and Herzegovina. And the Bosnian bench, absolutely, Dzeko is livid with that, trying to get down the touchline. Play continues. De Silva to his left, finds Thomas. Thomas back here to Ampadu. 30 yards from goal in the inside left channel. Turns 360 degrees, uses Thomas again on the left. Ampadu makes the run, tries to get the cross in. Tabakovic blocks, and it goes behind for a Wales corner, and Dzeko's completely lost his head down there.
Yeah, he's not happy with Craig Bellamy. He's telling him to get back in his own technical area. I can understand why Dzeko's frustrated, because Katic kicked the ball out of play, but Wales were very much on the attack when he did kick it out of play. So I can understand why they wanted to carry on themselves.
A couple of the Wales security staff trying to keep Dzeko away from Craig Bellamy. Dzeko has shoved one of them. That's not particularly wise. Feelings running incredibly high inside the stadium. Referee's got a yellow card out here. He's disappearing from view and heading down towards the tunnel. He wants to show that to Edin Dzeko, I believe. He's also talking to the head coach, Sergei Barbarez. Gigovic is still waiting to come on. Complete mess at the moment. Wales, meanwhile, getting ready for an attacking set piece. 10 minutes of the game to go. Craig Bellamy's now getting involved with the fourth official. Edin Dzeko, well, I'm not surprised, was shown the yellow card by the referee. Right. When are we taking this corner? Harry Wilson standing in front of the ball, so we're not taking it just now. I think that's because Dedic is still sat down inside the 6-yard box. He feels, right, he wants to be taken off, but he's sat down on the pitch, and the referee's telling him to get off the pitch, but they are going to be able to make the change here. So once Dedic realises that, he gets to his feet, and Gigovic will be allowed on the field. This is very much about keeping your head at the moment, in the pressure moments, in this massive pressure game. 6 minutes of this second period of extra time are up, and Wales have the corner, which Harry Wilson will take in front of the baying red wall away to our left-hand side. Ampadu is waving at him, standing in the middle of that Bosnian penalty area. Referee is finally happy that everything is okay. Whistle blows, and here we go. Harry Wilson's delivery, and away swinger. Rodon gets up, heads it wide, and the last touch came off a Welsh player, says the referee. So that will be a goal kick to Bosnia and Herzegovina. So that was a right to do, Dave Edwards.
Absolutely. Just lost 5 minutes of the game there too. Yeah. Absolute nothing really. So Katic kicked the ball out of play initially because Dedic had gone down with cramp again. Wales kept the ball off the throw-in. Referee told him to play on. Well within their right to do that, Wales. But Edin Dzeko was not too happy about it.
Right, we've got 7.5 minutes to play. Flick on, which Rodon intercepts, and the free kick is given against him. So Bosnia and Herzegovina have a free kick here, about 45 yards from the Wales goal. Next break in play, we'll take you back to Prague. Extra time, Czechia against the Republic of Ireland. Last we heard was 2-2, but these are big moments here in Cardiff. Wales with some defending to do. Fans roaring their support, as you can hear. Basic is waiting to take the free kick. He'll take it with the left foot from the inside right channel and try and float it in behind that Welsh defence. Puts plenty of height on it. Attacked at the far post. Katic heads it straight into the arms of Darlow. Darlow gets to the edge of the penalty area, volleys it away on his right foot. Thomas is up there on his own, chests the ball down, surrounded by white shirts, but lays it off to Johnson. Johnson looking for Harris. Harris is nearly through, can't quite get to that ball. Crucial touch back to the goalkeeper, Vasilia. And the Welsh fans just hoping there might have been a foul on Harris there, and a possible penalty. It wasn't given. Quickly to Prague then, Sarah Mulkerins.
5.5 minutes to go, still 2-2 between Czech Republic and the Republic of Ireland. Sami Smodics has just come on for the visitors, who have been much better. Plenty of energy and intent, just not any quality in the second period of extra time. Czech Republic 2, Republic of Ireland 2.
Wales 1, Bosnia and Herzegovina 1. Northern Ireland now beaten 2-0 in Bergamo by Italy. Italy will play the winners of this game if it's Wales. That will be here in Cardiff on Tuesday night. Bosnia and Herzegovina coming forward. Bernic's cross into the box. Ampadu heads it away. Basic battles with Wilson. Ball is loose. Katic swings at that. The ball goes straight up in the air. Thomas is underneath it, getting really desperate now at the moment. Bajraktarevic slips. He's hurt himself. He wants play stopped. Wales continue to play with Thomas. He passes out from the left-back position. Johnson will chase that. And Bosnia and Herzegovina get the ball again. And will they knock it out of play because their man is down hurt? Yes, Katic has spotted that. And the ball will go out of play. That did actually look like a slip and a bit of pain there for Bayraktar. He does seem to be in some trouble, Dave. Are we buying that?
Yeah, no, I think he is. I don't know if it was cramp or whether he's actually done his hamstring. You can see he looks in some discomfort. There's been so much work from both sets of teams, and Bajraktarevic has put in a monumental effort down their right-hand side. So he's got a lot of leg work in, so I'm not surprised, but it does look like cramp the way they are stretched him. But in the build-up there to that moment, Bosnia built down the left-hand side, good cross into the box. Ethan Ampadu is there at the front post again with a header, clears it away, they recycle it, they have a shot from the edge of the box. Ethan Ampadu there again to make the block. Absolutely monstrous effort from their captain.
Let's see if we can bring Tom Lockyer in as well, as Bajraktarevic continues to receive treatment. So 5 minutes here, Tom, to play, but there is going to be more than that. What have you made of the Wales performance here in extra time? Because certainly at the end of the second half in normal time, I know you felt that the Wales were actually lucky to survive that and get to this extra time.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think Dzeko going off has actually done Wales a massive favour, because the direct balls aren't as effective anymore. They've still got one big guy up there, which is obviously causing a handful of problems, but there's not two of them doing that now. So it's allowed Wales to get a bit more control in the game and just have a bit more possession and take the sting out of things, and that's worked in Wales' favour. But in terms of quality, everyone looks a little bit tired now, and you're just hoping that that one quality moment in the game is going to fall in Wales' way.
The ball is back with the Bosnian goalkeeper, Nikola Vasilia. Slightly caught out, embarrassed by the Dan James strike in the second half. Ampadu's lost one here. Bosnia and Herzegovina coming forward. Passes slid into the edge of the penalty area. Rodon did well for Wales to intercept, getting very open, but as Tom Lockyer was just saying, some really tired legs, bodies, minds and hearts out there right now. 3.5 minutes, plus added time remaining. And then if we're still level at 1-1, it's penalties. Thomas with the ball on the left-hand side. De Silva is there. Man on, they cry, the Wales fans. De Silva recognised that and finds Harry Wilson. What can Wilson conjure up from there? Not much. Back to De Silva, wide to Thomas. Thomas flicks it past his man Gigovic. Gets to that ball. Oh, that looks like a good cross into the near post. Katic is there, heads it away. Throwing for Wales.
Good pressure from Wales. Sorba Thomas getting loads of crosses into the box. But unfortunately for Wales, they haven't really got the physicality in there to make anything count. If Kiefer Moore's in there, it's different, but I just feel Wales maybe need to be a little bit more patient. Sorba Thomas has the beating of his man, but can he drive into the box? Can he square a pass? Can he do cutbacks?
Here's Jay De Silva for Wales, bringing the ball forward. Ampadu outside the penalty area, wide to Thomas. Thomas onto that right foot, fizzes that cross in. Oh, it's beyond Harris and goes zipping behind for another goal kick to Bosnia and Herzegovina. 2.5 minutes to go, still Czechia 2. Republic of Ireland 2. That could be penalties as well. Winners of that one at home to Denmark, who beat North Macedonia by 4 goals to 0. I think it finished Slovakia 3, Kosovo 4. That was the last score I saw. So Kosovo through. They will have a home tie against Turkey, who beat Romania 1-0, and Graham Potter's Sweden 3-1 winners away to Ukraine. They'll be at home to Poland, who beat Albania by 2 goals to 1. England Uruguay in full tomorrow night, but it looks like we've got the drama of a penalty shootout on the way tonight here on BBC Radio 5 Live, if you can bear it. Ball is headed out of play. for a Wales throw. De Silva wants that ball. Lobs it in towards Ampadu. To Bakovic. Right behind him, but Wales play out here, get the ball away to the right-hand side. 90 seconds of extra time to be played, plus a little bit of added time, I think, at the end of this as well. After all that farrago going on, Edin Dzeko not only shown the yellow card, but was seen gesturing to the Wales fans in this Ninian stand where we sit, so we'll have to see whether there's anything further that comes from that. Harry Wilson gets on the ball, just inside the Bosnian half. Low pass, whipped out here to Thomas. Thomas against Gigovic, beats him on the outside, cross comes in. Headed away for now. Ampadu controls. He's never scored for Wales. Tries to bring it down and tee himself up. Keeps the ball here. Twisting and turning. Doesn't see a way through. Turns away from goal. Last minute of extra time here. Wales 1, Bosnia and Herzegovina 1. Thomas has looked so dangerous. Has the beating of his man every time. Little cut back into the near post. Wilson is there. Hits the shot on the spin. Wins Wales a corner in the last minute of extra time. Dave Edwards.
Yeah, a real flurry of confidence from Wales in these closing stages. Every time Sorba Thomas gets the ball, the Wales fans are on their feet. He has the beating of every single man they send up against him, but once again they haven't got the bodies in the box to convert one of the crosses he's putting in there.
Well, Harry Wilson was struggling with a bit of cramp there, and he has asked Sorba Thomas to take the corner. It'll be an in-swinger from the left. If Wales score now, there will be very little time for Bosnia and Herzegovina to respond. The delivery needs to be good. It's not good. Low into the near post and headed away. Gigovic was there first. 4 minutes of added time. Right, we are 4 minutes away from a penalty shootout to decide this one. Thomas again, low pass this time to the edge of the area. Ampadu is there to receive it. Outside of his right foot, quickly gets it back to Thomas. Thomas this time goes on the inside. Short pass to De Silva, back to Thomas. Thomas, early cross with the right foot. In it comes. Headed away, bounces in front of Gigovic, chases after it, can't keep it in play. Throw in for Wales, taken quickly. They found some energy late in the game here, sensing an opportunity, trying to save themselves from the penalty shootout. This time Thomas's cross infield is blocked. Up it goes towards to Bakovic. Great work from Lawler. Not only won the tackle, brilliant skill to get him away from the challenge. Cullen wants it. Cullen back to Ampadu here. Absolutely tension-filled stadium. Wales 1, Bosnia and Herzegovina 1. Czechia 2, Republic of Ireland 2. Both heading towards penalties as it stands. Thomas shakes the shoulders, lays it off to De Silva. Corner of the Bosnian penalty area, into the feet of Cullen. Tries a clever turn, goes tumbling down in the penalty area, and the referee gives the free kick the other way. Not a penalty, a free kick to Bosnia and Herzegovina. How are your nerves, Dave?
Not great, but Wales are finishing stronger. Being patient once again, they thread a ball into Liam Cullen. He tries to turn blind in the box. He's well marshalled by the Bosnians' defence. Ends up giving a foul away, Liam Cullen. That's where he just needs to be reliable, get his body in, set somebody, keep the attack alive. We're just seeing Craig Bellamy now on the screen as well. He's looking a little bit nervous himself. No one will want penalties. No. Wales will try and get this done in these closing stages.
Well, that is 2.5 minutes left of the game now. Ball is knocked downfield into the Welsh half. Ampadu's clearance is blocked. Thomas gets a shove in the back. Free kick Wales. 10 yards inside their own half. 1-1. Dan James giving them the lead. They held that lead until the 86th minute of the game. And then Dzeko popped up with a header. His 73rd international goal to have his say on this night. And it may well be spot kicks that decides who will go through to face Italy at home for a place in the World Cup on Tuesday. Lawler, low pass to his left, just get it to Thomas. Thomas beats Gigovic, cross comes in. They cannot stop him down that left-hand side. Cross is cleared. Lawler heads it down to De Silva, looks for Thomas again. Gigovic intercepts this time. Pass is lobbed down the right for him to chase. Lawler lets that bounce, looks to get his body in the way. Does enough here. Ball goes out for a throw into Wales, and that is slung back to Carl Darlow. 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining here. Possibly the last attack of the game for Wales. Williams thought about the long diagonal out towards Thomas, but Wales coming left again. It's where all the attacks are coming. Gigovic comes across. He knows he's going to be beaten here. Thomas takes him on the inside this time. Slides the pass into De Silva. De Silva's shot into the box is blocked. Wales fans appeal for handball. Thousands and thousands of fans hopefully shouting handball. Defender blocks it with his chest. And Wales get another chance to attack here, and it's Ampadu in the inside left channel. That's a good ball to De Silva. De Silva delays on the cross here. Thomas behind him. Finds Thomas. Thomas looks up. Right-footed ball in towards the far post. Attack, nodded back across goal. And Harris couldn't stick it away. It was just beyond him. Bosnia and Herzegovina get it away. Wales will have a corner right at the end of this game. Oh, and they've taken it quickly to Thomas. Thomas to De Silva. De Silva, another cross into the near post. Katic is there, heads it away. Next clearance goes high in the air, drops just outside the Bosnian penalty area. Lawler's got to win that tackle, and he does. Finds Ampadu. Last minute of extra time. Wales giving it absolutely everything here. Thomas onto his right foot, wild shot, curling high and wide, and behind for the goal kick. That may well be that. I think we're on the way to penalties. We are. The full-time whistle blows. It finishes 1-1. A couple of the Bosnian players flop onto their backs, utterly exhausted. Wales really came on strong in that second period of extra time, particularly down the left with Sorba Thomas. But Delith, they've not been able to find a way through. Took the lead in the game. It has finished 1-1 thanks to the Dzeko header. And we said it, didn't we, at the start of the night? It is 2 years to the day since we were sitting here watching Wales in a penalty shootout in a playoff for a major tournament. That was a final. This is a semi-final. It's penalties again.
It certainly is. Football's a funny old game, isn't it? The irony of ironies, 2 years to the day, like you say, since they lost to Poland on penalties here in Cardiff. Just the last couple of minutes of that extra time period as well. I was looking at Joe Rodon. He looked to be suffering with some sort of cramp. But listen, Czech Republic and Republic of Ireland are also heading for penalties, Sarah Mulkerrin.
They are indeed. 2-2 it has ended after extra time in Prague. Despite the Republic of Ireland being on top in that final period of extra time, they weren't able to find the back of the net, and worryingly as well for them, there was a late issue late on with substitute Sami Smodics. He landed awkwardly after a collision in the air with Chalupek, so there was medical attention to him. He appeared to be out cold and was attended to by medics and stretchered off the pitch. So after extra time it has ended 2-2 between the Czech Republic and the Republic of Ireland. To penalties we go, and the Ireland manager Heimir Hallgrímsson was saying during the week that they hadn't been practicing spot kicks. We will see how that goes for them.
Mind games, I'm sure. Sarah, thank you. The Bosnia players and staff are in a huddle just beneath us, as are Wales as well, just to our left. A couple of players just receiving a bit of a massage as well. Of course, the legs will be tired, Dave Edwards. 120 minutes of football in both sides' players' legs. What will be going through the minds of those Wales players right now?
Well, firstly, what a fabulous game of football we've witnessed. Both sides have been incredible. Amazing effort from both of them. But now this is the moment. As you go into the last 5-10 minutes of that game as a player, you are thinking penalties, and the butterflies are starting to come already. You don't want to take one. I know players want those big moments, but in reality nobody wants this pressure on them as they're walking up to take a penalty. But we have the technical quality to do so. We saw some terrific penalties in that Poland game a couple of years ago. Unfortunately, it's Dan James who did miss that one, but you'd like to think that the Wales players look a little bit fresher. They have more technical ability on the pitch, and if they can just narrow their focus, it's just them and a ball, you would say they would have to be favourites. But Bosnia will feel they are the team with the momentum because they were hanging on there. They wanted penalties. They were done in that second half of extra time, so they'll feel like they've won already to get to this point, and will that just give them a little bit of a mental edge? And
that night 2 years ago, Ben Davies and Kiefer Moore scored penalties. They're not involved tonight. Harry Wilson and Neco Williams scored as well. You assume they'll take them as well, Tom Lockyer. But obviously, as much as they will have prepared, it's ultimately about surely how a player feels on the night as well. Even if you think and put your name down before, yes, I want to take one, it's how they're feeling right now.
Yeah, I think Dave summed it up nicely there, didn't he? He made it sound so easy, just them and the ball. But what about the 30 other thousand watching and the 3 million who are baying for you to get it in the net as well? But no, you are right, Delith. I think if you've had a good game, you'll be more inclined to step forward and put your name down. But this will have been worked on in the week. There is processes that will have to be followed if you want. You know, you don't have to. You can be successful otherwise. But there's stats and figures now that come out and say if you do this and you do that, then you're more likely to have a higher percentage of scoring your penalty. But there's so much more that comes into it: the tired legs, the mind. the mind's probably the biggest one. You have to stay confident, you hear it all the time, but once you choose your side, what you're going to do, stick to it. Don't change your mind last minute, whatever you do.
There are more than 30,000 Welsh fans heading to bed late tonight, but they'll be waking up happy if they can make it through to the final on Tuesday. Ali, I hope you've got enough ink in your pen, but all over to you.
Penalties will be taken in front of the Grange end away to our right. So the away fans can get involved there. They've been really noisy all evening. And it's Bosnia and Herzegovina who will take the first penalty. Tom Lockyer and Dave Edwards, former Welsh internationals, if they can bear to watch this, will talk you through it with me here. We'll chat to Tom after the Bosnian penalties. We'll chat to Dave after the Welsh penalties. Bosnia and Herzegovina take first, and first up for them is Ermedin Demirovic. Now, Karl Darlow denied him quite brilliantly in the second half with that headed chance. Can he do it again? The Welsh fans desperately trying to put Demirovic off. First penalty in the shootout with his right foot. Darlow saved it! Darlow guesses right, not a good penalty. Low to his left. What a moment for Karl Darlow. What a moment for Wales.
Absolute brilliant save. He's gone the right way, and just like he did in the game, he comes up trumps and makes an absolute crucial save, gets Wales off to a fantastic start in this shootout. So
Wales turn to their best striker of a football in the team, the talisman, the main man, the magic man, Harry Wilson, to try and get this off to a flying start. Bosnia and Herzegovina have already missed. Wilson with the number 8 on his back, bearing the responsibility on his shoulders. Dark, sweaty hair, tied back by the thin black headband. One deep breath. Such a sweet striker with the left foot. Sends the keeper the wrong way. Finds the bottom corner. And it's advantage Wales after the first 2 penalties. Dave Edwards.
Didn't feel the pressure, did he, Harry Wilson? Calm and calculated. Whips it back across his body. Terrific penalty. That's who you want on that. Just to give Wales the edge early on in this penalty shootout. Now the pressure really ramps up on the Bosnians.
Yeah, this is Haris Tabakovic. He's been in good goal-scoring form for his country recently. Edin Dzeko is not there to take a penalty. This the advantage of having this tie at home. Pretty much, as you can hear, most of this stadium baying for Tabakovic to miss. Darlow feeling good, jigging about on his line. Tabakovic with his right foot takes it well. Darlow went the right way, couldn't get there. And Bosnia and Herzegovina have scored their second penalty. Tom Lockyer.
Very unorthodox run-up. He almost crept up to that ball, but being 6'5", he's looked very awkward, but fantastic penalty in the end. Placed it into the bottom left-hand corner, and Darlow had no chance.
Huge moment this day for Mark Harris of Oxford United.
Yeah, hasn't scored a goal for his country yet. He's come on and done well tonight. His link-up play was very good, but he won't be used to this sort of pressure. But going back into that mindset, you and the ball, he's a good striker of it.
Heart must be absolutely pounding inside that red shirt. He's going to take a long run at this. Wales' second penalty. Took a really deep breath there. Jogs on the spot. Harris down the middle. Drives it hard and low. Goalkeeper didn't move. Wales 2 out of 2. They lead the shootout 2-1. He's going to feel $1 million.
I was worried. We did a close-up of his face on the cameras. He looked a little bit nervous, but who wouldn't be? Vasilia didn't know what he was going to do. Tried to stay central, just went a tiny bit to his left. Harris goes down the middle, but slightly the other way to what Vasilia had gone. It was enough to hit the back of it, and that's all that matters. Mark Harris will feel some relief right now.
So both countries have taken 2 penalties apiece. Wales have scored both. Ivan Basic is next up, the left footer for Bosnia and Herzegovina. This is going to be a short run. Darlow, all in yellow, claps his hands together. Basic shoots and scores. Whips it past Darlow. He's guessed the right way all 3 times, the Welsh goalkeeper, Tom.
He has indeed, and he very almost got there, but I have to say, what a fantastic penalty. Every time a left footer steps up, you know they're going to be technically very good, and he just looked calm and confident and just stroked it into the top right-hand corner.
I'm pretty sure it's penalties in Prague too. Czechia against the Republic of Ireland. We'll get you updated on that as soon as we can, but the action is happening thick and fast here. Brennan Johnson, your country expects. You are next up. Harry Wilson has scored. Mark Harris has scored. Brennan Johnson very carefully places the ball on the spot and very deliberately marches back straight behind it. tugs at his sleeves, jogs to the left, runs at the ball, he's put it over the bar. Brennan Johnson gets underneath his penalty, and it's the first miss by Wales in the shootout. It's 2-2. Both countries have taken 3 penalties apiece.
Yeah, horrible moment for Brennan Johnson. Straight run up, and then he jumps to his left-hand side, approaches the ball high and wide to the left of Vasilia. Poor penalty from the Crystal Palace man. Back to tie.
Hull City's Amir Hadzimetovic, on loan from Besiktas, suddenly finds himself in the eye of the storm. 2-2 on pens. He's going to take Bosnia's 4th with his right foot. Can Karl Darlow do it again? Oh, he's found the top corner. Very good penalty that. Darlow went the wrong way this time, and he's curled it gently into the top corner of the net. Tom Lockyer.
Another brilliant penalty. Bit nonchalant, just passed it into the top left-hand corner, and he wouldn't have wanted it to go much higher than that because the crossbar was close, but it leaves Darlow with absolutely no chance in goal.
Nico Williams took a penalty 2 years ago and scored it in the shootout. He's going to have to do the same again here, because if he doesn't, that will give Bosnia and Herzegovina the chance to win the tie with their next penalty. This is to level it up at 3-3. Whistle blows. Massive moments. Nico Williams, here he comes. Oh, he saved it! Vasilia throws himself to his left, denies Nico Williams. Wales have missed their last 2 penalties, and now the chance. And would you believe it, the 18-year-old Kerim Alabegovic will step up, as cool as you like, with the baggy low-slung shorts, the light blue boots, and a chance here to knock Wales out in the playoffs and send his country through.
Wales are on the brink. Nico Williams tries to go to the goalkeeper's left, but he went so early. Vasilia was already at the ball, really, before Nico Williams got through his strike. Easy save in the end.
Karl Darlow, your country needs you now. Saved the first one in the shootout, has to do it this time. Alabegovic scores! Penalty pain for Wales again. They let in normal time. Dzeko equalised just before the end of the 90 minutes. And Wales will not be at the World Cup this summer. Exactly 2 years to the day since they were beaten by Poland on penalties. The same has happened against Bosnia and Herzegovina. And the Wales players are crestfallen. They do not know where to look. The dream has died at the Cardiff City Stadium, beaten on penalties again, and it is Bosnia and Herzegovina who will host Italy for a place in the World Cup in the summer. Devastating disappointment. Dave Edwards.
Oh, the atmosphere has just dropped. Bosnia hit the winning penalty, 18-year-old as well, to do that in front of the away fans. Absolute raptures in that away end, but crestfallen in the centre of the pitch as the group of Wales players have given it their all tonight. The game was really lost at the back end of that second half, where they lost a little bit of control. They came strong in extra time, couldn't get it done, and then penalties is always a lottery. Nobody wants to be responsible for missing penalties, and now Craig Bellamy and his staff will have to get around those players. Absolute heartache. And you can just feel sorry for the fans as well as they start to leave the stadium.
Yeah, the picture here paints 1,000 words, because those in the white shirts, the travelling supporters, and the Bosnian team all huddled together away to our right, celebrating a famous win against the odds on penalties. And the Welsh players and coaching staff and Craig Bellamy, the boss, right in the middle of it, rallying the troops, showing the unity, but once again dealing with the disappointment of defeat in a shootout and missing out on a major tournament. Brennan Johnson over the bar, Nico Williams saw his penalty saved, and Amir Kerim, I beg your pardon, Alabegovic, 18 years old. How about that for composure in the biggest moment of all? Takes Bosnia and Herzegovina through to a playoff final against Italy.
The Wales players and coaching staff are in a huddle in the centre circle, no doubt wondering what may have been Craig Bellamy's head just poking out from the middle. I'm sure he's telling his players how proud he is of Wales as David Iwan's Yma o Hyd, the unofficial anthem that Wales have had over the last few seasons, just reminding everyone, whatever happens, Wales are still going to be here. More from Cardiff in a moment. Have Republic of Ireland fared any better, Sarah Mulkerrins?
They haven't. Tears in the eyes of November's hero for the Republic of Ireland, Troy Parrott, because they have lost out to the Czech Republic 4-3 on penalties. Both teams had taken 3 spot kicks. Caoimhín Kelleher had saved one. Ireland were leading 3-2 in the penalty shootout, but then Finn Azaz and Alan Brown had their efforts saved, and so it was up to Jan Clements to score the winning spot kick in that penalty shootout to send the home side through, and it is they that will host Denmark on Tuesday for a place in the World Cup. It's ended 4-3 after penalties, after it was 2-2 after extra time.
Brennan Johnson here is just trudging off the pitch down to our left through the tunnel. He has his shirt over his face. He will, Dave Edwards, be feeling so much heartbreak, and your heart goes out to him, because to miss a crucial penalty, no one ever wants to be on the end of that.
Yeah, Wales were in the ascendancy when Brennan Johnson stepped up to the ball, and that's where they lost that little bit of momentum. And whilst these Wales players head around the stadium to thank these incredible home fans, Brennan Johnson can't face it all as he heads down the tunnel, and there's nothing that anyone can say to him that will make him feel any better. The same with Nico Williams. It's just a moment they're going to have to ponder over for the coming days, weeks, months, I'm sure, right the way through to the World Cup, but they'll come back stronger. Dan James got the goal here to set us off this evening. That could have easily been the winner after he was the one who missed the penalty here against Poland a couple of years ago. So they'll come back stronger, but there's nothing in this moment in time that you can say to Brennan Johnson or Nico Williams or to any of those Wales players to comfort them in any way.
It's such a contrast, isn't it? Because in that corner to the right of us, the far right corner, the Bosnia fans, and there's around 1,700 of them here tonight in the Cardiff City Stadium. They're bouncing, they're standing up, they're delighted. Their players are just turning away from them now. The celebrations will continue into the Cardiff night for them. The Wales players making their way slowly around the pitch, just thanking the support from the Wales fans, who many of whom have already exited for their cars to transport to get home. Tom Lockyer, so disappointing, isn't it? Because to think Wales were 4 minutes away from being at a World Cup this summer.
Yeah, absolutely, and Dave's hit the nail on the head. There's nothing that can be said at this moment in time. Time is the only thing that's going to help these players now, but they will have to get over it. They'll have another game coming up shortly, so you have to get around for that. But fair play to Bosnia. I think over the 120 minutes they probably deserved it fractionally. There probably wasn't much in it, but like you said, to be 4 minutes away from being knocked out themselves, to go on and win it in penalties is quite the effort. And the goalie as well, having to have made the mistake that let Dan James score the opening goal, to then go on and be the hero in the penalty shootout, you have to take your hat off to him. And yes, the penalties weren't great, but he still had to save one important one to take his team to a World Cup.
And it's interesting, Dave, isn't it? Penalties, they can change on a dime, because Karl Darlow saving that first penalty from Demirovic really, you felt, set the tone for the shootout. But it just goes to show that you can never tell which way a penalty shootout is going to go.
Not right up until the very end. And you have to give credit to Ali Begovic, the 18-year-old who came on and made a real difference for Bosnia. They were on the ropes at 1-0 down. They made their positive substitutions. That come on and made a big difference. He was a big part of that. He got an assist. And then regardless if it's the winning penalty, he put his hand up to take the fifth one. That is a huge amount of pressure on an 18-year-old's shoulders, and that shows his temperament. And then he comes in, he was calm and calculated. But yeah, it's the Brennan Johnson penalty where you just felt a whole momentum shift, not just in the actual shootout, but in the stadium as well. It felt like at that moment it just sucked the atmosphere away a little bit, and then Bosnia go and score the next one, and then the pressure ramps back up on Wales. And Nico Williams, with a wonderful penalty in the last penalty shootout against Poland, couldn't do the same again. It's a good save by Vasil. He went real early to his left-hand side to get across to it. And then it was all set, the stage was set then for the youngster to go and win the game for Bosnia. And the away fans have been terrific as well. They made a real noise throughout this game, and those travelling fans probably deserve that moment as well.
They certainly do. We must say congratulations to Bosnia and Herzegovina. The Wales captain Ethan Ampadu just talking to BBC Wales TV just beneath us, doing his commitments, his post-match commitments, because whatever happens, you've always got to face the media, quite literally, and Ethan Ampadu is talking right now. And it's interesting, Ali, I know we were talking beforehand what would happen on Tuesday should Wales lose and Northern Ireland lose. And commiserations to Northern Ireland not quite making it as well, going down 2-0 against Italy. But Wales and Northern Ireland meet here on Tuesday night for, I suppose, to quote, a friendly match now. I mean, the atmosphere here on Tuesday...
Wow. Yeah, I mean,
you know,
when you buy those tickets before the game, you're hoping, obviously, they're going to be for a playoff final to get to the World Cup. Now they're anything but, and I suppose you could say, right, the next campaign is the Nations League in September, and Wales are back up in the top division of that. I mean, the guys, I'll tell you, crikey, I mean, Craig Bellamy trying to lift those, and, you know, Michael O'Neill, the same with the Northern Ireland players, for a game like that. I don't know how you do that.
And in terms of Wales then, Tom, where does Craig Bellamy go from here? Because this is what the focus has been for his 20 months in charge.
Yeah, I think today will probably be the biggest learning curve in those 20 months. I think Bosnia played in a way that I don't think many other international teams will play. There's almost a stigma about going direct nowadays, especially in international football, yet me and Dave see it week in, week out in League Two, and you know, it can be effective like we've seen tonight, but you won't see a lot of that on the international stage, that's for sure. But Wales didn't know how to deal with it. It hit them, and it kept working, and Bosnia kept doing it, and they kept getting chances from it. So fair play to Bosnia. It's a learning curve for Wales. Can't be that easy to go direct and allow the ball to bounce time after time after time. So yeah, I think a learning curve tonight. There'll be a lot of video analysis done on it and where to improve and how to come back stronger.
Indeed, how to come back stronger. So no World Cup for Wales, no World Cup for Northern Ireland, no World Cup for Republic of Ireland. England, we know already there, Scotland too. So at least we do have home nations involvement. Many of the spectators have now exited the stadium. Some are still making their way down from the back of the Canton stand to the exits as well. They'll be going home thinking what may have been, and I suppose, Dave, that's the hardest thing now. A lot of the players will be thinking that. Hold that thought, because we can hear from Ethan Ampadu.
Ethan, not sure how much you can say about that, but how do you feel?
I mean, we're obviously disappointed. It's the only real word. We're lost for words. We prepared as well as we could have for this game. I thought we played really well. I mean, end of the day, it doesn't really matter, because we're not going there in the summer, which is the disappointing thing. But I think, as weird as it to say, we can all hold our heads up high because we fought for everything. It's just sometimes it's not even down to luck, because we prepared well. Just sometimes in life it doesn't really go your way. We're all professionals, and we're all always going to, or me and the standards that we have in this team, we're always going to look back on what we could have better, and maybe we could have managed the game better the last 10 minutes before they scored in the 90 minutes to make sure that we stayed on the front foot and the attacking foot, because that's how we want to play football. And sometimes in the games of football, when they put more numbers forward, you obviously naturally do get pinned back a little bit, but I'm sure that's something that we can look at in the future. For now, it's just a lot of disappointment.
You all came together in the centre circle there. We couldn't see from here who was speaking, but who was speaking and what were they saying?
No, the manager, obviously, everyone was in there together to console each other. I think that huddle there, I mean, it might seem something so small, but I think that's one thing that makes us so strong, and we're always going to be together. I think the Nations League now is next for us. Maybe some friendlies in the summer, but we have to go again. I mean, and then go on to the Nations League.
Thanks a lot for your time, and well played tonight. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
The Wales captain Ethan Ampadu there, speaking to the BBC's Carl Roberts. Credit to him. It's an interview no one ever wants to do, Dave. What did you make of what he had to say there?
I think he said everything that a captain needs to say. They have no choice but to move on. Football calendar will move on. They won't be at the World Cup. They have a Nations League campaign coming up. They have friendlies coming up. They have to deal with the game on Tuesday night, which I'm sure That's the last thing they'll want to do. I'm sure they just want to go back to their clubs, go back to their families, but it's going to be a tough weekend for them to try and get over this. But I spoke before the game about the transition they're in at the moment, and Craig Bellamy has got this team much further along that road than what they probably should be. So whilst there is disappointment in this, I do think that you can see by 60 minutes today they're absolutely brilliant. So they have evolved tremendously well over a short period of time. But like Tom said, there's going to be moments in games where it goes against you. Maybe that's the bit now that Craig Bellamy needs to look at. How do they stop that when Bosnia are pushing all those bodies forward, they're loads in the box? At what moment in there can you stop that momentum from the opposition and try and get your way back into the game? Because they really struggled at the back end of that second half. Away from that, the performance was excellent, had chances to go 2-0 up. But once they started making the changes, Bosnia, and they started lumping the ball forward and they started pressing higher up the pitch, Wales unfortunately just didn't have the answers.
It just goes to show, Tom, doesn't it, that ultimately the amount of chances that Wales did have in those 90 minutes, had they put more of them away, we could have been having a different discussion. It just goes to show how slim margins are in football.
Yeah, and you cast your mind back to that Daniel James chance that crashed against the crossbar after he got slid through by Harry Wilson, and the deflection took it up onto the bar. And if that one goes in at 2-0, you'd like to think the game's done. And you have to give credit to Bosnia. After Wales took the lead, they did respond very well. They went very high in the press, which caused Wales different sort of problems. And they were very good at it in the second half as well. So, yeah, it's a disappointing night, but like Dave said, you've got to move on. There's no other way in football, and we are going to be better off for it, that's for sure. Would we have liked to have won this? Absolutely. But it's part and parcel of the game. There's going to be bumps along the road, and I have to say, over this qualifying campaign, the way we have gone about playing our football and conducted ourselves through all these games, it does really, really make me proud to be Welsh. I think the transformation between, we were probably in similar positions 2 years ago, but we were hanging on in games and hoping Gareth Bale would score a worldie for us, and the way we've been able to do it as a team this campaign just shows how far we've come. And like I said, it makes me really proud to be Welsh. So yes, this is a horrible night for us, but I'm sure there's going to be a lot more positive in the future, and that's for sure.